What is up, Fin Nation? Crypto got some shit on his mind when we return.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
Get ready to dive into a new role of online shopping with the Finn's Tailgate. Whether you're a die-hard sports fan or just looking for the latest fashion trends, we've got you covered. With a wide variety of products from your favorite sports teams to stylish accessories and home decor, we're your one-stop shop for all things tailgate. Our easy-to-use website and hassle-free checkout process make shopping with us a breeze. Plus, with frequent sales and discounts, you won't want to shop anywhere else. So come on in and join the party at the Finn's Tailgate, your new go-to destination for all things tailgate.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Before we get to crypto, I gotta do a little housekeeping. Hey, by the way, crypto, as you heard in the group text, we are 100 short away from 6K. I appreciate everybody who made this possible. I appreciate everybody who's jumped on, like KP and Crypto. Man, this is a team effort. We don't do this alone, and we appreciate everybody who's thus far helped us, get to this milestone, man. So please share, like. We're 100 away from 6,000. Let's make this happen. But before now that I got that out the way, let's give a shout out to a W Energy drink right here. All smash, no crash, great stuff. I got the Calio cream. I like the apple sludge is a second favorite of mine. Get the sampler. You get 4 packs, so you can find out which one is best for you. You get a free cup and 4 energy packs, only $15. And if you use the link below, you get your automatic 10% off. And if also Backrooms Collections, fine artwork, visors for your mini helmets, family owned, help support small business. When you use the hashtag T.F.T.G or in the link below, you get your 10% off your first purchase. So make sure you get something good and something nice for the loved one in your life. You know what I mean? With that being said, no further ado, Crypto, what's on your mind, brother? Floor is yours. Crypto, you there?
How about now?
Yeah. What's going on?
I was chopping it up with EM. Hey, fellas, welcome to this version. I want to welcome all the people: Brian's Brains, Q, Cap for Life, Daniel Berry Sports. I think that's the first time I've seen that one. Jay,
no, he's been around.
Yeah. Okay. Jay is in there, and yeah, appreciate it.
Vince TV 305. What's up? You there,
What's
KP?
up, KP? No, he's probably just listening back.
Yo, what's up, gentlemen? No, I'm here.
What's going
just
on,
listening
man?
To you, Crypto. Just listening to you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. Hey, listen. I had 2 themes: win or loss, and as far as what we were served yesterday, given that it's German, we was in Germany, and the most hated food, German food, and the most non-infamous food is the sauerkraut. So hence the title of today's show. We've been served some sauerkraut in Germany, and it was bad. So hence if we would have won, I would have just said Novemberfest, like Oktoberfest, big celebrations, a lot of beer being guzzled down and sloshed up. So I would have labeled that show Novemberfest, but unfortunately, I have to label it sauerkraut.
Yeah, just like Christian Wilkins. Yeah, just Christian Wilkins gave us some sauerkraut, big time. But
yes, Christian Wilkins served us up some sauerkraut. The offensive line served us up
No
some
comment.
sauerkraut. Tua served us up sauerkraut. Definitely Tyreek Hill served us some sauerkraut. It's bad. It was a bad taste that we had in yesterday's game because we all knew what was on the line. Let's face it. Everything was pumped up just like the Bills game was, just like the Eagles game was, just like now technically the Jets game will be on Black Friday. Given if they win tonight and win next week's game, that game on Black Friday will be for sole possession of first place in the division.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, the Wilson led Jets. Let me rephrase that again. That's why yesterday's game was such a sauerkraut because now that Jet game is going to be important on Black Friday now if they win the next two games. With their defense, they most likely will. But that being said, yesterday, a lot of people say that was our worst offensive outing. Technically, you could say that from a number
Yeah.
standpoint. We had, you know, barely 200 yards passing, right around 215 total if you count all the sacks, negative plays, and things like that. The backwards passes that went for
Hey,
negative
hold on,
1.
Crypto. Before you
Go
continue,
ahead.
I got to take care of some honeydew list here.
Okay.
You have my number. Text me if you need anything. I'll be whatever you need. Just text me and I'll come right away and help you. All right.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Cool.
That's cool. Yeah, given that what was that? Yeah, the offensive yards we had, the production we had, you know, you're looking at the running game. A lot of people say, well, yeah, we played the Chiefs evenly offensively. But remember, leading up until last week, how this is why I say it was a mistake to totally downplay the Chiefs because we gave ourselves no room, even if we'd have win the game, because we downplayed our opponent so much going into that game because they was having a bad season. They're not looking like the Super Bowl champions despite their 6-2 record. They're not just dominating teams, things like that. But what gets lost, given the fact that they lost to the Broncos the week before, you know, the Broncos held them to 9 points. Well, we held them to 14. So does that necessarily mean the Broncos defense is better than us? Well, the jury's out. We don't know how Denver's going to finish defensively for the rest of the season. We don't know how we're going to finish for the rest of the season. So that's still yet to be determined whether or not truly Denver has a better defense, even though we put up 70 on them. But that's an outlier. What kind of defense have Denver been playing since they gave up 70 to us? So, and plus a division game, you tend to play your division opponents a lot stronger. That's why I was trying to caution the fan base not to go all ham on how the Denver Broncos played against the Chiefs versus how we needed to scheme against the Chiefs to beat them. We were looking at, despite Patrick Mahomes being the greatest quarterback in the universe, a team that was somewhat handicapped offensively with only Travis Kelce and a bunch of Jags at wide receiver, you know, and one quarterback. And that was it versus all of our weapons and everybody that came back defensively for us. Yeah, it showed. The first drive was an 80-plus yard drive. Well, I'm sorry, 75-yard drive by them, scored. They went through our defense like hot knife and butter on that first drive. Then we tightened up. Kansas City defense played tight the whole game. They forced our offense, I think, one time, four to five straight punts with a couple of 3-and-outs in there. So they had good run defense, good pass defense. Tyreek Hill was talking a lot of shit going into the weekend. Possible 200 yards game. He had a special dance prepared in the end zone for celebrations. Put it in the local media on how he had a special dance cooked up, guess in case he scored touchdown. The whole glamour. So thanks. I can see the light. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming by. CCR, thanks for coming by. Sheba Army, Brett, thanks for coming by. Yes, I agree with your statement on the about the Bills, but the focus is not them no more. because the more the teams that beat us look like frauds, that makes us look even more like frauds, especially if we lose by double digits to that team. So this is why it's important to beat um, the upper echelons of the league. You know, the next test will be on Black Friday, most likely, for our offense. You know, for our defense, it's really not that much of a test because the Jets are not world beaters on offense. You know, so it's definitely a test for our defense. I mean, our offense against the Jets defense. So that's our next big game. Every game's a big game, but by the name of it, uh, the general purpose of the statement "big game," then you can include that as a big game because most likely they'll be over 500, maybe even 2 games over 500 at the time they play us. So that's our next test, fellas. The New York Football freaking Jets, led by Zach Wilson. How about that, KP? As our next big test. Who would have thought that a Zach
Yeah,
Wilson
well,
would be our next big test?
I think both of us
you
were
know,
on the side that cautioned everybody against overlooking the Jets from even the beginning of the season, even before Aaron
mhm.
Rodgers went down. There were some elements of the fan base that wanted to poo-poo the Jets. Even then, and with the loss of Rodgers, that should have only strengthened their argument. But I think both of us
Mhm.
then cautioned everyone that
Yeah, I was trying to caution them
this,
because their defense, KP,
yeah, exactly,
was steady throughout the whole
and
process
it's
of
a
them losing
long
a player
season,
like that. Right. And it's a long
correct?
season. If they're able
So,
to miraculously muster up 10 wins as Zach Wilson as a quarterback, you know the narrative will be, well, only if we had Aaron.
and
You
that
know that's
speaks
going to
to how
be
strong
said.
that defense really is if they can get up to
Right.
10 wins.
Yeah,
But
with
crypto,
Zach at quarterback, which is crazy. But that's neither here nor there. That's Black Friday. That's
right?
in the future. That's 2 weeks from now.
Well, one
Well,
one thing I wanted to say, crypto, was before them though. I know we think of them as a speed bump, and they have been for most of the season, but we are overlooking the Las Vegas Raiders, who we have on the 19th. And
yes, I
I
agree
don't
with
know
that.
if you watched their game yesterday, but with
Yesterday,
their
they
new
looked pretty good
coach,
on defense. Yeah, they did. They did
they
have a
were up
good showing.
24 zip at halftime. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
And
those
you
players
know
look
what?
happy and fired up.
They outclassed the same team we outclassed, right? We
Yeah,
we we we, we beat the Giants
that's right.
34-14 or something like that, or 31 to
Right.
14. They beat them what 27 to nothing or something like that. Or it was
It
a
was, I think,
wipeout.
30-6 or something like that. I
Yeah,
don't know. I have to go
37 to
back and
6 was
check.
the final score. So
But
they
yeah,
did what we did to them to the same team. So
right.
there's a direct comparison as far as if you want to say, hey, how did you do against this team? How did we do against that team? Yeah, they had a brand new head coach.
Antonio Pierce,
Devontae
former
Adams is
player.
there. Yeah, former player Devontae Adams has gotten out of his shell.
Those players
So,
looked happy and energetic in playing for that new coach.
and
Uh,
that's our next opponent.
yeah,
So yeah, you're right, KP, to point it out that even though we look at it as a speed bump, we can't overlook them
not
fundamentally.
anymore.
Not
Not
anymore.
anymore. Yeah, we can't
Because
afford a trip up now at 6-3
we have to
because
go like
mhm,
we 0-0. We have to treat every game like we 0-0, and we have to win or get in.
we let everybody
That's the
back in it
mindset.
yesterday.
Right.
That
That's
was
the
what was
mindset.
at stake.
Right. They bundled everything up. You have a
Yeah,
bunch of teams at 5-3. I think we got 2 teams at 7-2. Right. You got 2 teams at 7-2, 2 teams at 6-3, and the rest are 5-3 and 4-3.
right, right. If we would have won yesterday, we would have had at
Three
least
teams
some space
would have had some
between us
space
and the rest of the AFC.
in the rest of the AFC East
So it's a
because
lost opportunity from that perspective.
right, because the Central is all bunched up. We can't control
Right.
them because we don't play that division. We only play one team in that division. So we can't give other, losses to the rest of the teams in that division. The only
Yeah.
team we can give a loss to in that division, that's the team that's in first place right now. That's the
What
Ravens.
what what an irony, right? Crypto. I mean, tonight all the two-and-ears, right, are going to have to be Justin Herbert fans, as they
Yep.
hope the Chargers do
That's
us
an
a
irony,
favor.
ain't it? Yeah.
Yeah, they should be
How about that for some sauerkraut, right?
exactly. Yeah,
That's some sauerkraut that you're gonna have to shove down your throat by rooting for freaking Justin Herbert to beat freaking Zach Wilson. Now, mind you, every quarterback, every top tier quarterback that the Jets faced this year, Zach Wilson has outperformed said quarterback. Can you believe that? All because of the testament of the Jets defense.
Yeah, that's scary.
Now, if Justin Herbert becomes a victim tonight, another victim for another top quarterback against that defense, that just validates their defense even further. Because remember, we crapped on them last year for beating a bunch of backup quarterbacks. Salah said, "Okay, fine, we got you. We beat a bunch of backup quarterbacks because they were on our schedule." But now the schedule makers put a bunch of good quarterbacks on their schedule, and they looking just like the bad quarterbacks did last year against them.
Right.
so, so that whole narrative of we only can beat the bad quarterbacks go straight out the window.
Well, my thing is this: if we are the team that so many of our fans have said we were all season long, then
Yeah.
we should, at the very least, split with the Jets, right?
Yes.
If not beating them both times. I mean, if we are the team, if two is the quarterback, if the offense is what we've been saying it is,
Yeah.
then we should be more than competitive in both games with the Jets. And I still think we got to be focused on sweeping them. You
Well,
know, if we are that dominant team that is the leader in the
right.
AFC East. So, you know,
I would say this to Duke Tomlinson, even though, shout out for making it. Like I said, Duke Tomlinson, the latest in menswear. So shout out to Duke Tomlinson, awesome name, the latest in menswear. But I'm gonna have to say you're wrong on your statement.
okay.
Being the latest in menswear, Duke Tomlinson, the Chargers will not win easily. They will lose very, very easily. Yeah, that's what I would say. But then I could be wrong. The Jets probably they might poop the bed the first time their defense probably pooped the bed all season. It's bound to happen. Good defenses have bad games just like good offenses have bad games. So you could be right, Duke Thomason. I might have to buy. Matter of fact, I might have to buy some shoes in the department there. I'm a wait on getting some slacks, Duke Thomason, the latest in menswear. I'm gonna get me some shoes. I'm
Two
gonna,
for
I'm gonna
one
get some
special on Friday
two
for
for
Veterans
one.
Day.
Yeah, 2 for 1 special. I'm a veteran, man. You got to hook me up, dude.
Hey, crypto, real talk. My dog is limping. You know what to do? Can you help me out?
You said your dog is limping?
Yeah, he has a limp and a bad cough. I was wondering if you could help me out.
Some W. Give him some W.
Yeah, being that you're a
I don't.
veteran and everything.
I don't. And I wish I was a.
No, I'm just
I
fucking
kind
with
of vet.
you. No, I'm fucking with you.
I'm like, wait a minute, veteran.
My dog is fine.
That would be veterinarian, but yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Hey, shout out to Shake's dog. Shout out to the dog. He's joined us on the panel, so it's all good. Better bring Shake Money's dog than those gators. We don't
Mhm.
need any iguanas and lizards from the state of Florida.
Yes,
So
or
it's
or
all good.
rain clouds.
Yeah. No, Doobie, let's drink out of the toilet.
The toilet water is the official drink, sponsored of the Buffalo Bills. That's their official beverage.
Yep,
That's what
that
they do.
is.
They're so cheap that they just drink out of the toilet in the stadium. They bring their own cups and everything
Right.
like that.
They just scoop it right on out.
Hmm. As
And
a
they
matter of
try.
fact, they each one hands their cup. They hand each other a cup in halftime and piss in the cup, and then like, hey, they drink their special blends. That's what it's
Yeah.
called. The Bills Buffalo blends. They all piss in a cup and they just give it to their neighbor. So official toilet water is the official beverage of the Buffalo Bills,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. So they drink out the toilet. Michael K confirmed it. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's all good. I was just
Yeah.
welcoming G peanut butter. Give him peanut butter. Now he's
Mhm.
I don't know if that'll work, G, but I don't know. I haven't fed any dogs in ages since my
Yeah.
sister's pit bulls.
By the way,
I feed a cat every day though. It's the neighborhood cat. It's
yeah.
not my own. I don't own them. He just
Yeah,
comes
I
around
love
the
my
neighborhood.
cats.
I can't take him in because I got a busy work schedule. I would have been took him in a long time ago. I can't take him in. But yeah, I still feed him
Mhm.
though. I do my what do you call those what do you call it thing what the charity, what's that called?
Which one?
The you know what I'm saying, when you
Buffalo Bills.
giving
They're a charity.
when you're giving. It's on the tip of my tongue. I'm lost for words. I'm barely lost for words.
UNICEF, United Way.
No, it's a word I'm looking for as far as
U-
what they call it.
Generosity, philanthropy.
Yeah, it's close to it, but it's more like oh damn it. What's it
And
called?
Undefeated says we're going 9-8.
It's something in the Catholic religion that they do.
Crucify.
No, not that.
Oh,
You're not doing your civic duty by feeding the cat. Come on now.
Feeding the
Mhm.
cats.
Yeah. Civic duty. There you go.
I just feed this freaking stray cat in the street in the neighborhood. How about that?
Tithes. There you go. Tithes.
I guess you can call it a tithe.
Hmm.
Penance? Not penance. It's a Catholic term I'm using. It's definitely Christian Catholic related that they do all the
Boy
time.
Scouts.
That
No.
that the nuns do.
Slap you with a ruler.
Yeah, slap you with a ruler. I never had I never went to a Catholic school, so I don't. My regular teacher did that.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. All right.
But yeah,
Let's get to the
never mind.
topic. Yeah.
Never mind that. But anyways, this getting back to Kansas City, I just want to go over the thing about the running game, right? A lot of people like to say, well, Mostert did good, right?
Hold on. I gotta give real quick. I gotta give you a special fuck you to my man Bones. What's going on,
Yep.
Bones?
Fuck you, Bones.
Yeah. Special fuck you.
The running game was a little misleading, right? And reason why I say that, because up into that final drive, more than 50% of our yards totals came from that last drive. Or damn near 50% of our totals came within the last two drives of the game. Mostert broke off 2 runs for almost 50 yards total in that drive, right? That was pretty much it for the game. So he ended up with an average of a decent average by the end of it. That's why I say those numbers could be a little misleading. You know, it was spotty at best. You know, maybe those yards came because of the threat of our pass, because they knew we had to score quick. So the only thing was to stop our speed demons and stop our passing game. Right, Shake Money. So if a running back's about to get at the very tail end of the game, the chunk of his yardage,
Mm-hmm.
and it all because you're down by 7 and it's less than 3 minutes to go in a game, or 2 minutes or whatever it was. Hell, the defense is playing semi-prevent, meaning we'll give up the run. We don't want you to score quick. We want you to take your time getting down the field. So hence, there's the big gashing run, 19 yards, 20 plus yards, 20. Damn, you have 50 yards in 2 plays. And then Mike McDaniel said, okay, we got barely over a minute left, so we need to throw it. So he threw it 3 straight times, or the 4th one don't count because it was a fumble snap. I say it was both of the center fault and Tua's fault. I'm giving shared blame on that one.
Well, here's the thing too. I want to point out the fact that here's the thing: when you hike the ball, you do it like this. You expect the ball to be here. You don't really.
Yeah,
You
you're
gotta
ready
do
to
like
come in the
that.
center of your chest or near center mass when you snap.
Yeah, if you do
And
like
even
this,
if
that means the snap
you're
wasn't good.
reaching, right? When you have to reach or overreach for the ball, that slightly, maybe by a millisecond, would still throw off your time. If you saw the play that Spagnuolo drew up, he sent the kitchen sink. Somebody was in his grill, even if he would have caught the ball perfectly.
Yeah.
And you think you expect him to catch a ball that's off center and then be able to turn to his throwing side in time to get the ball off?
Well,
Not to
I do
mention-
expect
Another
it.
duck.
The
Not to
difficulty
mention
is
that-
increased. but I do
Yeah,
expect him to be able to catch the ball and execute
yeah.
the play.
Not to
It's just
Yes,
the
mention,
you expect him
difficulty
to
yeah,
with
catch the ball,
yeah,
but
but
given that the defense was already in his grill, he wouldn't have been able to make a play anyways. That play was dead on arrival.
it would have had to been a bang bang play. You're right. As soon as he got the ball,
Yeah,
he would have had to cock and launch.
yeah. You talking about a hair trigger release? He had
Yeah,
to cock back and throw it
and
because
that's probably
remember,
where his eyes were. His
given
eyes were
he's
probably on the route's
gi-
development.
given
You
he's a
know,
lefty, if he reaches over to his right side, he still had to spin to throw the ball.
right?
That takes time. But the defense, if you saw how the defense, how the guy
They were
was
all
rushing
on the
up the
list.
middle, guy
Yeah,
was on the edge. He had like 6 or 7 people coming at him. I mean, what do you expect the quarterback to do? Then they would have blamed the offensive line, anyways, because of an all-out blitz they weren't able to
well,
pick
if
up.
he could have got the
So
ball
even if
off
Tua would have caught
crypto,
that pass
it would have
perfectly, they would have
made
blamed somebody on the offensive line.
it. But that's the thing. If it was bang bang and he got that pass off, then the likelihood of a completion and a score on that one play would have been that much higher because they were in one on one, they were in man to man, and that was a play
Yes,
designed,
but
executed to beat the defense immediately. But it had to be bang bang. The execution had to be crisp, and it wasn't. That hike threw off the execution of the play for sure.
right, but we're a timing based offense. Shout out to Nene. She's in the room now. Appreciate it,
What's
Nene.
up, Nate? She out of class
7200.
already?
No, undefeated. Tua is not God. He gets blame as well because he's not Superman. He's not supposed to get 100% of the blame. So you're right. Tua is not Superman.
yeah, just like
It's not ever his fault.
you never hear us say give him 100% of the credit, so we're not going to give him 100% of the blame.
Exactly.
I'm
Nothing
not going
is
to give
in a
him
straight
100%
line.
of the blame, but those plays are there to be made when a defense sells out like that at you. You have to hurt
Yeah,
them.
but
The only way to
given that
stop that is
we
you
only
hurt
had
them.
one yeah, but given the wide receivers we had in the route, it was pretty much max protection man on that route. I think we only had 3 or 4 wide receivers. Everybody else was standing in, holding and chip blocking because they saw
They had
everybody
2 or 3
lined up at the
receivers
lineup.
on the right. Yeah,
Right.
the tight
They
end
saw
and 2
Kansas City
receivers on
was
the right.
sending an all-out blitz. And that's what Spagnuolo tend to gamble on a lot. It's worked for him. Granted, it has worked for him, especially in
Yeah.
that Super Bowl against the Patriots.
Waddle ran a post, right? And there was no safety over the top to support it. So if Tua catches that ball and can deliver, that should have been a touchdown right then and there on that 4th down play. But it didn't happen.
But KP, I still think that's speculation because he
No,
would have
it
had to.
didn't happen.
No. I'm saying even if he catches it, it's
Yeah,
still his timing would still be
It-
off.
well, all right, but here's the thing, and one thing,
off-balance pass.
even let's say for instance, let's say for the sake of argument, like, and one thing that you've always harped on, let's say for the sake of argument, the last snap would have been perfect. It's still no guarantee that was going to be a good play anyway. And there was no guarantee that he was going to score a touchdown or get a first down on that drive. It was 4th down.
I disagree. I when you look at the framework of the play, Waddle had beaten his guy off the ball, had a free release, and was already engaged in his post, meaning he's already cut off his forward movement. So it's on the quarterback then to deliver the ball. Now he is probably going to take a hit.
The defense saw that the play was blown up, and it looked like he beat the defense.
Listen, he is going to take a hit. Any quarterback in that position is likely going to still take a hit. But this is a moment where a quarterback is asked to stand and deliver. The point is he didn't get the opportunity because he didn't catch the ball. So we'll never know. So we're arguing, hypothetical.
But yeah, I'm even giving you the fact that he catches it because the defense was basically sitting in his lap. He wouldn't have been able to step into his throw to throw it accurately, is what I'm saying.
Well,
it still would most likely have been an inaccurate pass, given the fact that the previous play he had time to throw and he threw a duck.
Well, I am not part of the TPA. I'm not part of the Tour Protective Agency. I look at him as I look at him as an NFL quarterback who was required to make a bang bang play at that moment, even if the snap was inches to the right, which it was. Right, catch the ball, cock, and deliver. It's 4th down. You got to get that ball.
You're missing a step. You catch the ball, spin to the throwing side, didn't deliver.
Well, I disagree on the timing there. I know that they were blitzing, but I think that would have been enough time to catch and immediately deliver. But
They were
hey,
really in his
I may
grill
be
as he
wrong.
was catching the ball.
I
As
may
he
be
was
wrong.
reaching out for the ball, it was a defender breaking up the middle. If he catches that ball, he spins. Somebody's still in his face.
Do we have the clip? Can we
I
see the clip?
I
I
mean,
would love to see the clip again.
I don't have the clip because you see it. You will see a guy breaking free, and that thing about Waddle. Waddle only gets through because the safety let him go because he saw the play blown up. That's the part we be missing when we think that the guy was open when really he was. That was an after the fact play because the play was dead.
Even if we had the clip, we couldn't play it because YouTube
The play
pushed
was
us here.
dead. It looked like he was breaking open because the safety looked in the backfield that the ball was misstaffed. So they automatically letting go their man now because the play is dead.
By the way, El Cap
We
will
don't know if
probably
that
play it
safety
on
keeps up
his.
with him
El Cap does
during the
film
process of
breakdown,
the play.
so you know.
Yeah. Again, Crypto, I hear you. I hear you, and I don't want to, disagree all night. But I would like to see that play again because I've seen quarterback. I mean, all throughout different levels. Sometimes you got to make a bang bang play. Sometimes you got to take that hit and still deliver the ball. You're right. I may be wrong. I may not have seen it
Right. You breaking up. Can you hear
at
him,
this stage.
Shakeman?
Yeah, I just had a
I can't hear you, KP.
hold on. Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just defer to you. I know it's your
Yeah.
show. I'll just agree to disagree at this point. I'd like,
Mhm.
in lieu of
No,
viewing
it's
that
good.
play again, because the timing is the critical issue here. Even if he catches the ball, would he have been able to deliver a pass? Is the question. I
Right. That
think at
is the
this
true
point,
question.
you say that he probably wouldn't have, and I say I'd like to look at it again because um, I think it's a stand and deliver moment. It's a bang bang play that NFL quarterback's going to get creamed on a play like that with the all out blitz. He's going to take some punishment. He's going to take a hit, but this is one of the requirements of the job. If it's forced down, you can't just capitulate and you got to execute the damn play. Period. If we're going to be a winning team, it demands that we execute the play. At least give your receiver a chance, deliver that ball.
Right.
But I hear you. Maybe they timed the blitz so well that he would not have been able to get the pass off completely. I'd like to look at that play again. So that's all. That's all I'm saying.
Bring up G's last comment, Shake. I want dink and dunk 20 play drives. If you stay the course, you get 7. Quit making problems. Stop trying to go for. Are you saying stop trying to go for the big chunk plays, or just? I don't know if this offense is that patient to do quote unquote a 20 play drive.
That's the Brian
That
Flores
also
model.
that also increases the probability of making a mistake
Yeah.
because you got to be a spot on. You can't get no pre snap penalties within those 20 plays. You can't get no holding calls. No, you know what I'm saying? No illegal man downfield. It's just you got to be so precise in your play calling to do a 20 play drive successfully, you know, without hiccup. But I get what you're saying. You want to kill more of the clock. KC, I think, had a 7 play, 75-yard drive. They had a 195-yard drive. That's another thing I
Well,
want to get to
that's
because,
another irony, isn't it, Crypto? That was Brian Flores' approach.
yeah,
you know,
it is.
controlling the ball, controlling the clock.
Even though our defense played good as a unit overall, Kansas City gave just enough offense to do what they needed to do to get the lead. It wasn't a close game until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they were up
It
21
was
zip
still
at halftime.
it was still a 21-point game. So the play calling Andy Reid was enticed to do was to run the clock.
Right.
So what were they really trying to run the full plethora of the offense as if they was tied or trailing? Maybe, maybe not. So when we made it close, they was able to muster maybe a handful of first downs. And shout out to Color because he got me looking at the stat about the probabilities throughout the game as scores are being made. I wanted to see what was our win probability or Kansas City's win probability during a certain aspect of the game, right?
Sure,
It
it was
started
high
out
once they went up
it's
41 zip.
it
You
was
know?
high. It was in the 90s, but guess what? It never dipped below 76 even when we scored 14 points.
Right.
So they were still projecting because of the way the game was going, Kansas City with a 76% probability into the fourth quarter when it was only a 7-point game. And we had the ball. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Had that been Carolina in the other sense, it would have been reverse.
Right. We would have had the advantage.
We would have had a 76% chance to win the game with it being down by 7 points. So is it the league got that much stock in the Chiefs as far as giving them that much clout and respect because they think they could put away a team like Miami despite our high-powered offense?
Of
Still
course,
rating
they've
us
earned it. They have the pedigree. They've got the cachet.
right, despite us scoring 70 points once in the game and the Chiefs struggling on offense, they still have a 76% chance of winning the game, even though we have the momentum and brought it within 7. You see what I'm saying? They said, "Oh, eventually Miami will be put away." That's basically what that tells me.
That's
That
what
they
winning
think
big
Kansas
games
City,
over time gets you. It gets you that
yeah,
thing called respect.
right, yeah. That's probably I'm thinking that's what it is. Because remember, we said it endlessly. KC was not playing well, and that's true. They wasn't playing well up to their 6-2 standard in the way they was playing football last year. We was getting everybody back healthy. We got everybody back on defense. Our secondary did well against Travis Kelce. So basically, the Kansas City team, they put up a team that had Mahomes, a Kelsey, and some misfits. No, I'm not gonna call Pachenko a misfit. That would be unfair. But you know what I'm saying. The way our fans base was treating them going into the game, it's like, oh, we got this in the bag. Oh, double digit win easily. We win this in our sleep. You know, we got this in the bag. Ramsey's coming back. He's got one game under his belt. X is coming back, which I thought they was gonna pick on him profusely, you know, but they didn't. The first play of the game, they went to that side with I think Harmon. I think what's his name caught that first 20-yard pass, the very first play.
Well, I wouldn't say 100% of the fan base. I'd say the deluded and the hopeful, which is probably 85%.
Which is right, 80%. You're right. Way to get me back to my percentages, about 85%. But listen, we all want to win every single game. I hope and pray that in my lifetime I will witness a undefeated Dolphin team. I was 3 years shy of witnessing that team. You know, you can't control when you're born, right, KP? So it's tough luck. Mommy and daddy didn't get together 3 years early and I would have witnessed it, right?
And there's sometimes you can't even control your own bladder.
75. Well, we're getting close to that age there, Shake. So, you know, be sensitive. Be sensitive about our feelings.
Right. I can't
1975 babies.
Can't control when mom and pop want to engage.
That's why we have the pens.
I would have witnessed it, you know. Well,
thank God for Viagra.
Yeah.
And Bluetooth.
But I would have witnessed it had I came on the scene 3 years earlier. But hey, it is what it is. What, 3.5 years earlier? Because the Super Bowl was won in 2073. I guess you could say technically 2 years because it was 73 in January, so 2.5 years. But you get the drift. We want to predict every win every week. So we say hypothetically, let's say, let's go extreme. If I say this team is going to win one game, but yet I turn around and say we're going to win every game every week doing the predictions, then how does that? How is it doesn't line up with what you thought we were going to do, right? Or if I say we're going to win 10 games,
hey, Canes, 50 is the new 30, 40 is the new 20. So don't get it twisted.
Eventually, some losses are going to come because this is football.
Yeah.
You know, no one, no one. I think one time last season, I don't know if Iceman did it this year. Iceman was the only one in the preseason last year predicted 17-0. So in my mind, Iceman, the only person in this fan base, has a right to come on every panel and every show every week and say we will win because he's sticking to his preseason predictions. Unless you want to put the caveat in there and say, I am going to change my prediction from what I had before in this particular week, then that's fine and dandy. But don't come out there and say, well, this has been my prediction all along. Then you never predicted 7 losses or 5 losses or 4 losses.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody has a
Well,
right to change their mind.
well,
But
here's the thing.
put that out
Where
there.
yeah, you could tell my homerism with that with the in what's that insomnia.
Yes.
You're 2-1 on the Dolphins, and I'm 3 losses.
For the you're talking about the times we didn't pick them. Oh, okay, I
Yeah.
got you.
You won two. When you predicted they were going to lose, you were right 2 times out of 3.
Right. Right. Yeah. Because I lost the Charger one, and
Mm-hmm.
that was it. Yep. So that was the one I lost. And then that's because I changed the Chargers and Cowboys. I think that was the one I changed because I said the Chargers, and then I said we beat the Cowboys because I had it reversed. I said we was gonna beat the Chargers in preseason prediction and lose to the Cowboys, and I swapped them out in week one.
Mm-hmm.
And I let everybody know why because I didn't think our defensive line was intact. And it turned out it wasn't. Our defense was getting
Mm-hmm.
ran through like Swiss cheese, and then Tua did his thing in the fourth quarter. We could have lost that game. You know, that was my concern going into that game. Let's see. Jay, I didn't. Oh, he's talking to somebody else in the chat. Never mind. 72 undefeated said, well, I know we lose 5 more and we'll be 9-8. That's interesting. He said that, right? So, in other
That was
words,
my prediction at the beginning of the season. Just to let you know,
seven.
just on record, I did pick
Okay,
us
I
going
got you.
9-8, but I'm
Okay.
Mr. Negative there.
That means, no, you're not negative. That means that we're 2/3 of the way to your win total for 72 undefeated. That means if I run this out right, I think he has us beating the Raiders. I think he have us beating the Commanders. Let me know 72 if I'm right because you have okay, he listed it. Jets twice, Bills, Cowboys, and Ravens as losses. Okay. So he's got us beating the Ravens and the not the Ravens, the I say the
We're
Commanders,
playing the Raiders. We're playing after that. We're
the
playing the
Raiders,
Jets.
and the
After the
Commanders. No,
Jets,
he
we
got us
play
losing
the
to them twice.
Commandos. We play the
Yeah.
Commandos after that. After
And
the
then he's got
Commandos, we go. We know because we it's Raiders, New York, right?
uh-huh.
I had this in my head because we have 2 away games, right? So after we come home, right, then we have 2 away games with the Jets and the Commandos. After that, we have 2 home games with
Mhm.
the Titans and the
Mhm.
Jets, and then we go to Baltimore and come back and play Buffalo.
Listen, that
Right.
first Jets
Right.
game, is it a home
Okay,
game
he
or
got
an
us the
away game?
Titans.
It's an
The
away game.
Titans is the other game I was thinking about. He got us winning. I was just
Well,
trying to narrow it
Jake,
down to
that's a
3 more
tough
wins.
turnaround. That's only 5 days after the Raiders. We play the Raiders
Well,
on the 19th, and
Yeah.
then
yeah.
we have that Black Friday game
Which,
against the Jets away on
mhm.
the 24th. That's
But
going to be tough.
to be fair, we get 1 extra day versus Thursday. You know what I mean?
Versus Thursday, yeah.
Right, right,
We do have an extra
right,
day. So
We get just a shorter week the following week
right.
versus that being Thursday game, but just one day. But yeah, we got it 72 undefeated. You said we're gonna only beat the Raiders and the Commanders and Titans. That's it. So that is it. So he has
Yeah.
us losing the remaining winning against the remaining winning teams unless the Titans somehow miraculously start winning games and we beat them and the Commanders turn it around. We in the Ravens, Raiders, I don't know if mathematically they could still get above 500. They're getting pretty close to not being able to do it. But yeah. So yeah. So we got you 72 undefeated. G says 10-7. So that would be Cowboys, Ravens, Bills once, and Jets. So that's 10-7. So we got 4 more losses on that one. Okay. Actually, I have 3 more based on my predictions. I only have 3. I said 11-6. I just said Jets once, uh, Cowboys and Ravens, and beating the Bills in the final game, or the other
And
way around.
making the playoffs at 11-6, crypto.
Yes.
Will that be enough to
No.
justify a $50
If
million
we make the
contract?
playoffs, it will be as a wild card at 10-7.
10-7. Okay,
If
so
yeah,
11-6
so
was
yeah,
definitely in.
yes.
And my next one, is that enough for you to justify a renewed contract or a $50 million contract, which is a number that's been bandied
Not
about?
not until we win a playoff game or more.
Okay, so playoff success will be contingent on playoff success. Got it.
Correct.
Right. Now I'll say if we go 11-6, that wins the division. If we go 10-7, that loses the division. And that could be to either the Jets or the Bills. So I don't think 10-7 is an option, fellas. That's very dangerously coming close to not making the playoffs at all. So I say 11-6 definitely gets us in. So that to be on the safe side. Because even if you lose the division at 11-6, you still have one of those remaining 3 wild card spots most likely. Unless everybody just goes 11-6 and you loses all the tiebreakers. That would be disastrous. Like we did at 10-6, remember? We were 10-6 and didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, with Brian Flores.
Yep.
And with Wanstead, we went with, remember we went 10-6 with Ricky Williams when he ran 1,800 yards.
Yep.
Right.
And we went and they made the playoffs.
11-6. Yeah.
Hey, a
Remember
lot of our fan base wasn't born yet then, Shake. You're going way back.
The Patriots was 11-6, and we won the tiebreaker over them because we beat the Jets on the final game of the season.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, this
Meanwhile,
is a totally different discussion than what people were having at the beginning of the year.
Meanwhile, the Rams.
Meanwhile,
the Rams. Meanwhile, the Rams and the Rams and the Seahawks both made playoffs with 7-9 records.
Right. Because they won their crappy division with that 7-9 record. So guess it has to happen for at least one local team.
And they hosted a team too with a
Hey, Miami Kid J, who are you talking about, Miami Kid J? Who's going to sneak in at 10-7? I'm just curious which team is going to be the 10-7 that sneaks in and then lose in the first round like the Patriots did 2 years ago. Because you can get in and qualify. If you get bounced in the blowout, then yeah, you're going to be bad. Oh, he said the Dolphins. Okay, so you think we sneak in and lose at 10-7? So we'll be the 7 seed and lose to the 2 seed. Who's the 2 seed in your opinion going to be?
Be Cincinnati.
Probably Cincinnati. Probably think we're going to lose to Cincinnati
or KC.
Or Baltimore, or less Baltimore.
Yeah, or Baltimore. Yeah,
and be the top seed and get the bye.
Right. And hey, listen, say what you want, but Cleveland Browns are mathematically still in it.
They're in. They are actually the 6th seed now, I think.
The 6th seed. Yeah. The 7th seed. It's the 7th seed. It's right now. It's Baltimore. Yeah, they're 6th seed. Bengals got the 7th seed. All 4 of the NFC and AFC North teams are in.
Wow. Dag, all 4 of them. So the Chargers and everybody's out who's not a division leader, and the other 3 divisions. So Jacksonville and KC are the only 2 teams because they're leading their respective division. Wow. So the Browns are the 6th seed now, right?
Yeah, 6, and then Bengals are the 7th.
If that stays fixed like that, if the playoffs ended, then we will be playing at Hard Rock against Cincinnati. Or no, because the Ravens will play them.
Yeah, we play
And
the 4
here,
seed. Yeah, we'll play
yeah,
the 4 seed, right? Or the 4
yeah,
seed.
we'll play
So
the
we'll
we'll play the 4
and
seed.
there's only one bye week, so well technically we're gonna yeah, the second seed will play the last seed, which
We'll
and
play
then
the
third
7th.
seed we'll play the third seed, right?
Yeah, the Ravens. This third will play the 6th seed. The fourth will play the 5th seed.
Yeah.
So the Ravens will be at home against the Bengals.
Yeah, so okay, Steelers.
If they're the
We'll
6th,
host the Steelers.
we'll host the Steelers then. Wow. Talking about that's the last big game we play in Hard Rock, right?
No, it was in Pittsburgh.
No, we played them last year. Remember,
Yeah.
that was a Sunday night game in Hard Rock, and we won 16-10.
They're
So
good. Q says.
those defenses are good. Y'all bums going down. Q, yeah. So yeah, Q, that will be the matchup. We will be playing in Hard Rock
Well,
against the Steelers.
see, I'm scared because we don't have Noah Ibnagani to save us from the Steelers.
Yeah, that's true, Shake. Good point.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot beat the Steelers without Noah.
Yeah, he
So
was the X factor.
there you go. We're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Noah is not on the roster. There's no way. There's no shot. We have
Yeah,
no shot of beating the Steelers without Noah.
none. No
Captain
shot.
Cater, Captain Cater, Kahoo is not enough.
Nope.
No, we need
Not
a whole
enough.
arc. We need a whole arc, man, to take on
Noah's Ark.
the Steelers. Man.
Man,
Yeah,
come
that's
on,
tough.
man. We're killing the Steelers.
Listen,
Yeah.
it'll be a fun outing, but we can't overlook the defense that Tomlin always put together on the field.
Listen, guys, 2 games we must have the rest of the way. Buffalo, and we got to get one of those Jets games.
Right.
With
If
those
we
2
don't,
games in hand, we're in trouble.
I'll put it like this. Here's the apocalyptic simulations. I'm going to be negative, Mr. Negative here. Here's the apocalyptic scenario.
You're gonna speak with a
Right.
deep voice.
Yeah, this is the apocalypse. This is the apocalypse.
Mr. Negative.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
We are going into week 18, and that Buffalo Bills game is win or get in. Only the division winner gets in. Or that Buffalo Bills win is still win or get in, but the Jets have already clinched the division. Now that's crazy. That's definitely sound like I've been in the cabinet, right?
Mm-hmm.
But mathematically, that's a possibility. So I can't totally rule it out, even though the percentage is very against the Jets. But remember I said apocalyptic situation. Jets have already clinched the week before the division title, but the remaining playoff seed is between the Dolphins and Bills at Hard Rock Stadium.
Yeah.
That makes the 7th seed because the Jets are in as the 4 seed. That's apocalyptic right there. I just painted you the what the 2004 Ravens almost did because they had a bad month in November, but they did it with their defense and Trent Dilfer. So there you go. How about that, KP?
Oh yeah.
For an apocalypse. But we got a 1.5 game lead on the Jets, or 1 game lead because they had a bye week. Ours is next week.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody would have had their bye except the Bills, I think. And then Black Friday will be. Something's telling me it's going to be for something. I just got that feeling
Mm-hmm.
that primetime game is going to mean something. You know. And then we're going to go into a Commanders game, which I'll be at here in Washington with Sam Howell at the quarterback. And
Yeah, initially I had planned to fly up for that game, but plans had to change myself.
right.
So
Yeah, you weren't able to make it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, nah. I had to change my plan.
I'll clarify what I'm talking about, Jermaine. We're in first now, I only drew an apocalyptic scenario for us. Two apocalypse scenarios. The Buffalo game is win or get in, or win the division to become the fourth or third seed. The last game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, win or get in scenarios is a lot worse because this assuming that the Jets have already clinched the playoff spot the week before and wrapped up the division because they went on some ungodly tear and lapped us because that would have mean that they would have already beaten us twice and beaten the Bills. That's what makes them wrap up the division by week 17.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I use that as the scenario because they would have already beaten two teams in a division twice. And ironically lost to the Patriots twice. That would be some crazy stuff. Beat the two best teams in the division, sweep the two best teams, and lost to the worst team twice. That's why I call it apocalyptic scenario. What is the likelihood of beating the top teams in your division twice and losing to the worst team in your division twice? I mean, it has happened before, so there's a little history in that happening before,
Mm-hmm.
but it's unlikely. That's what I was talking about, Jermaine. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying that would be apocalyptic for the Dolphins fan and the Dolphins community because we don't want that. We technically don't really want that Bills game to be meaningful. We want to have it wrapped up by then.
Yeah. Rest the starters.
Rest the starters. You can now elevate Skyler to the active playing roster, and he can get some playing time in that final game and get his revenge against the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be his revenge game
Yeah.
because we've already sold up the division in week 17. Yeah, because that would encompass in us beating the Ravens too. We can't lose to the Ravens and expect to wrap up the division by week 18. We would have had to have already beaten the Ravens and the Cowboys.
Oh, well, it's like I told you before, man. They saw Skylar Thompson with the 19. They're like, listen, we're tired of you soiling the name of Joe Unitas, and you got to get Jay Cutler's number. So
Yeah. Here's my question to you two that's on the panel. Or you can
Yes,
answer
sir.
it in the chat. What do you think about our approach in the second half of the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
As far as the final remaining games, 8 games remaining, right? So, from a fan standpoint or team standpoint, I know the teams can't be looking ahead. They have to say, hey, we got to take it one game at a time. We can't be looking past opponents. Something that Andy Reid didn't let his team do.
Mm-hmm.
They wasn't looking past the previous opponent looking to us. He just said, we're not even going to think Dolphins. He didn't even allow them to think about 2 weeks in advance, the Germany game, until they had already finished the week before. So, more so saying, hey, KP kind of did it earlier. Well, he acknowledged what currently the Raiders were doing and how they improved defensively, and that he wasn't saying they was going to beat us, but he just simply acknowledged that not necessarily being a trap game, that they are an NFL team. They're capable of beating anybody on any given Sunday. And if we play the way we played yesterday, even a team like the Raiders can trip us up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the probability is very low because we think we can overcome it with the way we play football, right? But yet, we're going to list all of their injuries, to say that we have the upper edge. We're going to list all of our guys coming back as if we need that to tip the scales in our favor. You know what I mean? The rosters alone should just tip the scales in your favor, right? But like I say, you got to play football. You got to line up for 3 hours on Sunday, and it's all about X's and O's because
Mm-hmm.
the best team could lose to the worst team and vice versa. Good teams tend to beat up on the crappy teams. We've done that. But more so going into every week saying, "Hey, this is what this opponent's strength is. This is what they could do that could maybe give us problems, but this is something that the coaching staff should do. The the players should do. You know,
Hmm.
going into next week's game and stop overlooking opponents because we got to play what's in front of us. We can't just go out there and just suck it up."
Hey, by the way, we have a special guest this week's Insomnia, and all I'm gonna say is Crypto finally has a 1 game lead. Son of a bitch, cheater.
I figure I had to give you half of the
Mhm.
season of pleasure.
Hmm.
You know,
A head start.
I
You're the
gotta
head
look up
start, huh?
for the I
No, no. Listen,
had to
I
do
let
it
him.
for the
I let
sake
him.
of the
Listen,
team.
I let you come. I'm letting you get ahead of me so we could give it some competition. We need to spice things up. You know what I'm saying? It was the show isn't entertaining if I take a 12 game lead. Come on.
Oh, that's it. A
Yeah,
12-game lead. Damn.
yeah. I gotta
Wait a
make
minute.
it look close. Look at
I thought that was the generosity I was extending to you.
But we have a special guest this week.
I had to spot you. You know
This
that. I had to make
this
it
this
good.
this Wednesday night at midnight. I mean, at 3 o'clock in the morning.
3 in the morning.
Midnight if you're on the West Coast. So,
Yeah, midnight if you're on the West Coast. Perfect time for them.
hmm
What's up, JM? I haven't seen you in a minute.
yeah, I haven't seen him in a
Welcome
big.
back, man. JM is back.
He's from California. That'll be
I
a
mean,
midnight show for him.
Israel, yeah. Samuel, what's that? I'm saying that right?
Yeah, I ain't seen JM in a minute, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
What
JM
up, JM?
and V21 is back.
How you feeling about your guy touring now, JM?
So, Jermaine,
I
and
know you ready to bust a cap and something.
Jermaine just said second-year head coach still making rookie mistakes. And some parts of the game, yes, that is true. That is a true statement. You can't totally disagree with that, Jermaine. But yeah, it's a learning curve. I mean, learning experience, not necessarily a curve. But yeah, that's true. He does tend to make rookie mistakes from time to time. He does. No one's saying get rid of McDaniel, but we're just saying he's got to clean it. He's got some things he can improve on and clean up as well.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, no one wants to fire the coach. Give him a 30-year contract, you know,
hmm
and then just
30?
deal with the rest
Damn.
of it. Yeah, Color says 10. I'm going with 30. Or at least try to get
Jesus.
him to the contract that Shula had, you know?
hmm
Give the man a 30-year contract. So his contract should be expiring in what, 2052.
That's when Ross will die.
Matter of
You know.
fact, I would say that his contract, give him 30 years and make it mandatory to be expired. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
No matter what, win, lose, or draw, even if you win the Super Bowl in that 30th year, you're still out of here. You know what I mean? We gave you 30 years. It's your fault you won it in your final year. You had 30 years to do it. You see what I mean?
hmm
Even
Yep.
if you win it in that final year, you're still out no matter what. We're going to guarantee you 30 years and you're done after that, no matter what. It's an expiring contract that doesn't get renewed. That's how I do it. You know, I'm just talking.
hmm
You know, I'm terminating you in 30 years. Have fun while you at it. But yeah. That's what I was thinking, KP Shake. I was just thinking, man, we need to take it on a week by week basis because this is the second half of the season. This is when football gets really started. It starts picking up.
Well,
It's
Crypto.
November.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Next game, 19th, Raiders. We got to beat them, right? That's one victory, right?
hmm
24th, the Jets at New York.
Yeah.
I'm scared of that game. I'm scared of that game on Black Friday. Let's give it to the.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say let's give it to the Jets,
Yeah.
right? And it's gonna be all hell will break loose in our community at that point, but
Yeah,
so
well,
be it, right?
There will be
Then
a
we got the
total meltdown.
Commanders. We
Right.
got to come back with a victory against the Commanders. So that's 2 more wins. We're up to 8 wins now, right? 8 and 4
Right.
at this point. Then we got the Titans at home on December 11th. We got to beat them, regain confidence, regain our mojo. Now we're 9-4, right? 9-4. Then we got the Jets at home. Revenge game, December 17th.
Right.
Key.
Uh-oh. He was cut off. Uh-oh. He was getting good. You cut off. KP, you gone.
Yeah, KP. Yeah, he's
gone. Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah. We hear you. We hear you.
Okay, so yeah, the Jets, Dolphins, December 17th at home at Dolphin Stadium. We got to win that to at least split with them. So that's 10 wins now, 10-4. At this point, we should have our full mojo back, full confidence as we then host the Cowboys on Christmas Eve.
I'm going to label that let's avoid, like I did last year against Green Bay. We have to avoid the coal in our stocking.
Yeah.
Come back with a lump of coal if we don't, if we you know
well,
what I'm saying?
Let's imagine that we've learned our lesson and we win. We take that victory against the Cowboys on December 24th. Now we're 11-4 with 2 games left. The Ravens away and the Bills at home. We split those.
Magnified.
We split those and we're at 12-5.
Right. You made 12-5. That will put you at 12-5. And it should be, which would be crazy, to be at 12-5 at that point. It depends on who the split is against. Only if Buffalo's still 1 game behind. That's the key. Buffalo has to be more than 1 game behind us before that final game, though. Or no matter what, if they're still only 1 game back, no matter what, by the time we play them, that will be for the division. Most likely. You see what I'm saying? So we have to create, if we want to win it, to make that Buffalo game meaningless, we have to create a 2-game margin for the math to work in our favor. We cannot go into that final week only being 1 game ahead of them in the loss column, because they could win the division just by simply beating us.
Yeah.
No matter what. That's why these games we had the opportunity to create that 2-game lead. We squandered it twice already.
Yeah.
So we can't go into the final week with just only a 1-game lead, because that'll be for all the marbles at that point. See, that's the thing we got to be mindful of. We have to have already had that margin of 2 games if we want that Buffalo game to be meaningless.
Yeah.
Or even if it's like, for example, if we're tied, let's say, for instance, we're tied going into that game, then it'll be most likely, of course, if they win, they automatically get it. But even if they split with us, we can't lose to the Jets twice. Because I think Buffalo has already lost 3 games, right? No, they only lost to the Patriots once. So
we cannot lose. Yeah, we cannot get swept by the Jets.
Right.
They will have control of the division if they can pull that off, because they've beaten the Bills once, right?
Right. Yeah. Then they would most likely have win the division at that point, because they'd be 5-1 and 4-2 in the division.
Yeah.
So at that point, we cannot afford. We maybe can afford a 1 loss against them, but we can't afford 2. 2 losses to them, that's it. You might as well say the season's over. At that point. As far as the division, my bad, I'm not going to say the season. The division, winning the division would be over if we lose twice to them.
Right. That's why I said earlier, man, the Buffalo game and one of those Jets games are must-have. You take those 2 and you add 2 more victories to that, and we should be good. If we get the Raiders and the Titans, at 10 wins, we should still be very competitive for winning the division. If we split with the Jets and split with Buffalo, and we've swept New England,
By the way, the Jets and the Chargers are playing tonight, Q.
Yep.
Yeah,
And everybody here is a Chargers fan tonight.
Oh yeah.
Justin Herbert fan tonight.
Mm-hmm.
for some reason, will the two Nears swallow their pride and become Justin Herbert fans tonight, just so we can keep our distance with the Jets?
Come on,
Just
two of there, just for 3 hours, man. 3 to 4 hours.
All right. I pose this question to crypto, and I'm gonna pose it to you, KP. All right. I'm gonna give you the scenario. Super Bowl of the team of the 0-4 Super Bowls, right? You got the Buffalo Bills or the Minnesota Vikings. Now, those same two Nears, who do you think they'll root for? The Buffalo Bills, a division rival, or their former head coach Brian Flores?
Well, they're definitely not rooting for Flores. So
Talk about a nightmare
that answers that
scenario.
question.
They would probably hope that the first ever tie will be granted in the Super Bowl.
They would want Buffalo to win because that would legitimize continuing on with Tua. You could say, hey, they were Super Bowl quality, so you can't blame Tua.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so listen, yeah, Buffalo winning would be the best in their interest.
They wouldn't want, but see, the thing is, the flip side of that, they would have to concede that Josh Allen led them to a title at the same time. Remember, there's a pent up hate against Allen too within that same facet of the fan base. see the conundrum that they're being, all because of their hate for one former head coach. If those two teams faced each other, they will be pinned against rooting for Allen in the Bills or a former head coach who they said despised Tua to get his first one as a defensive head coordinator. That's crazy, ain't it? What a conundrum, man. No, they're 4-3, Jermaine, unless they lose tonight. No, they only played 7 games. They had a bye week. Right, CCR. They'll be 5-3 if they win. All they need is probably like 2 interceptions and a fumble, and that game will be over. That's probably what's going to decide it. 2 picks and a fumble. That'll be more than enough points for the Jets to win. Let's see.
Yeah, man.
Does Tua ever audible in your opinion? Yes, he does. Miami kid. Yes, he did. And he actually did it prior to McDaniel got in here. A lot of people like to push the narrative that he didn't do it. It was very sparingly that he did it, but he did actually called his own play under Flores. Yes. A lot of people don't like to admit that, but he did. It was against the Jets on that Mac Hollins play. It was several times. He did it a lot in the Arizona game, to be honest with you. But yeah.
You want to drop the link anytime soon or no?
You can. You can pin it.
Okay. Well, I can't pin it, but I'll drop it every so often.
Okay. Yeah, you can. I'm gonna go for maybe an hour or so because I got to go pick up somebody from the train station, and
Right. Yeah, cool.
I'll be wrapping it up in about another couple hours. I can go on to past 9, right around 9 or so.
Okay.
But yeah. So to the topic of sauerkraut that we've been served over the weekend was real bad. It was nasty. You know, it's an infamous food from Germany. You know, but Americans tend to despise it. But we went over there and got served a big lump of sauerkraut, and this team got their confidence broken down, demoralized because the team played like crap offensively, and in some spurts I would say defensively, but not defense still played good as a whole, but at times they looked like crap too because they gave up a 95-yard drive for a touchdown. So those were key moments in the game. Go up, fanboy Jermaine. Oh, he said grow up or go up. What's going on, Cap?
What's going
So,
on,
Cap,
guys?
my question to you, Cap, do you think the Dolphins was served a bunch of sauerkraut tonight or yesterday?
Pretty much, man. I mean, we didn't even
Did
get the brat, bro. They gave us the bread with the freaking. They didn't even give
Sauerkraut.
us. They didn't give us no Wiener Schnitzel, no nothing, bro.
you just straight sauerkraut and said take it or leave it, huh?
Yeah, bro. No brat,
A
no,
lame
no nothing.
Frankfurter.
No
Not.
frankfurters or
It's a lame
they didn't even
Frankfurter.
get. Did we even have beer at the table to at least wash it
We
down
would
with?
have done better with the game in Hamburg. Then at least we'd have had some hamburgers.
No,
Crypto, by the,
they gave
by,
us the
right.
water that Buffalo drinks right out the toilet.
By the
Not the
time we drank
toilet.
the beer, it was warm. It was just a bad day, bro.
Water
was
out of the
warm.
River Rhine. Out of the Rhine
Yeah,
River.
it was out of the Rhine River, exactly. We went to I won't even say that name. We went to Rothenburg or what's the other town? Uh Kaiserslautern.
There were bombs
That's what
over
it was.
Berlin. Bombs over Berlin, right?
Yeah, it was destroyed. Yep, they are sitting in third place, solidly in third place, and they will after the night. Yeah,
Somebody
Munich.
else.
Munich.
Munich. Yeah, the beer was bad. The bratwurst was bad. The sauerkraut was bad.
What's going on,
Everything
Jay?
was bad.
Shake, let me
What's
ask
up,
you a
Jay?
question. It's a simple question for all the
Wait a minute.
ears.
I
Why
got
does
you,
Tua
Jay.
always fail? Why does he
Hold on,
always
Joe.
fail against good teams?
Hey, it's
We'll
tough
get to
to
that, but you got to answer the question based on the topic. Do you think we were served sauerkraut over the weekend?
No, I think we were served classic Tua shit the bed.
Okay, all right. You're entitled to your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Exactly.
crypto, come on. You think Tua played a good game, brother?
No one says he's played a good game. I think
Thank
that's
you,
universally
thank you.
agreed upon. The whole team as a whole didn't play a good game. That's why I said it's
Well,
all
the defense
sauerkraut.
played good. Defense played good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say 90% of the time, but it was 10% that cost us some long drives. But I'm not complaining. But yeah,
Defense gets an A plus. Special teams gets an A plus. This game was all on the offense. And you got to remember, people, they fault Hill for fumbling, and I get that, but why would Tua? He's got no presence of mind. Why would he throw that ball? Can he
No, that was a play.
anticipate that Hill's going to get his head fucking nailed? Why throw that ball?
I mean, I guess he can say, yeah, that's not a good time to throw it. Yeah, in that sense. But he was going by the play design.
Well,
Mike
you know
McDaniel
what?
thought
I want to say,
he was being too cute
I want
with the play
Jermaine, the
call.
Tua fanboy, to come up here and defend his quarterback that keeps losing against
he's
good
not gonna do
teams.
damn
He
well.
won't. He's a coward. And I hate using words like that because I don't want to be like another member on this show sometimes. I don't want to personally attack people. But, I mean, we can't win with this guy. This reminds me of Jay Fiedler with our great defense years ago. And it's very sad and very disheartening. Isn't
But Jay,
it?
No.
you don't
I don't
think
agree,
that
but hey.
backwards pass.
I
You don't
fear
Shake,
that you are 100% right, Jay.
Shake, what
Jay
gives you
Fiedler-
any positive feeling, any optimism regarding Tua? He's in his fourth year.
Okay.
What gives
I
you
don't
any?
think Fiedler players that did anything in his fourth year that was worthwhile, other
Well-
than manage the game.
The
Well, he
stats.
did. He did.
Yeah.
He did beat two winning teams last year. So look, at the end of the day, there's
Well,
teams.
Ravens didn't make the playoffs. He beat
They
one.
did make the
They did.
playoffs.
They
bro.
made
They
it.
did. So
Last year, the Ravens made the playoffs.
Yes, they
Yeah,
did.
they did.
So
They lost on
yeah,
a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Remember?
Yeah, you need a fact check.
Yes.
I mean,
remember
Okay,
the fumble
okay, but
recovery?
I don't need to
on
fact
the
check
play.
yesterday. Tua played like shit. He played like
Okay.
shit in Buffalo.
Okay.
He always plays like shit against good teams, Shake.
No, I just told you two good teams he played good against, right?
In 4 years.
Right. In 4
Okay,
years.
in 48 months, he played two good
Dude,
games.
I don't
in
have
48 months.
I don't have a fucking list of all the good teams he's beaten, bro. I could tell you about this year. Okay. dude, the year hasn't
No, I
ended
got no
yet.
issue with you, Jake. I'm just sick and tired of him losing.
No, let me finish, please. I'll let you finish. Can you let me finish?
Of course.
At the end of the day, the book is still out. We still have 3 good teams that we're playing, 4 good teams if you count the Jets. So let's see how he does against those teams before we say he can't beat good teams, because you got to give him the whole year. You just can't say you only played a quarter of the season and say, oh, he can't beat good teams. It's still the year is still not over. That's where I'm coming from. You can feel how you want to,
Tony.
but that
it's half the year over, Cap. It's half the year over.
Okay,
I know, but you got to give him December.
It's still not over. Regardless, it's still not over.
Once December passed, then you can give judgment.
Yeah, I'd rather be 6.
Cap, with all due respect,
Cap,
he missed Cedric Wilson Jr. to tie the fucking game. That's not a big league quarterback.
Okay. I mean, how many other
Justin?
How many games?
You don't hear me argue.
How many games did Joe Burrow lose this year? How many games did this? I mean, at the end of the day, bro, it is what it is. You can feel how you want to feel. I don't agree with your same sentiments, but I mean, we don't have to.
Well, Shake, you want to sign this guy for $50 million a year for the next 5-6 years?
That's not my job.
That's the question at hand.
But I know, but I'm asking you, do you want to sign him?
Not going to sign him for that.
Again, that's not my job. I don't care.
He's going to wait until the season's over before he signs.
I don't worry about stuff like that. I don't want to sign Wilkins.
Jay, you know that
I don't want to sign Wilkins, but hey, it's out of my control.
Oh, I agree with you there. I'm in lockstep with you there. I don't want to sign Wilkins. No fucking way. He wants 24 million.
I
yeah,
think
right.
Gonna get your wish there. I don't think he's being signed anyways. That's just my opinion.
Thank God.
Look for me. Look, my main issue is with everything we've heard today, and we've heard a lot. And Tony's not wrong for saying what he's saying, but for me, my biggest headache is we're complaining about the coaching aspect of this loss when the main source of the coaching changes we've done in the past 3 years to get to this point was to fix coaching. So I really don't want to hear about the coaching aspect of the reason why we're in the predicament we're in now, because everyone wanted coaching changes. Everyone wanted discipline taken out of this equation. And now we don't have discipline. And now we're having more penalties than ever.
No, Jermaine, he didn't run a ran route. The route is to score a touchdown. He ran into the end zone. He ran where he was supposed to go. He went into the end zone. He was running towards the score. Cedric did not run the wrong route on that play.
McDaniel's our coach, and we got to stick with him. But I just really don't want to hear crap about coaching is the issue.
It's called an option route, man. It's called an option route.
What'd you say, KP?
Option routes, right? They're built into almost every play, right? Quarterback and wide receiver got to be on the same page. Quarterback's supposed to read the wide receiver, see what he sees, and adjust. It's difficult, but it is the nature of the modern NFL game.
Yeah. But when you see one guy blow by another one and it's in there, it should be easy pitch and catch. The man ran into the end zone. The play fell like 10 yards short. But it happens. They can't blame Cedric Wilson on that one. That's just totally irresponsible to blame Cedric. Mm-hmm. He tried to score. His job was to get in the end zone. He was down by 7 points.
Well, Crypto, the narrative now is it was a hot route, and that was the reason why the play
blew
blew
out. He had a freaking. It was not even a blitz.
No, I'm not arguing it. That's what's being said out there now. It was a blown hot route.
Mm-hmm.
How was it a hot route and it wasn't even? And he had time to throw the ball.
And that's what Big O said.
Sitting in his lap.
Big O's throwing that narrative out.
Oh, a hot route, 15 yards, almost 30 yards down the field. Okay, hot route. I get it. Normally, hot routes happen within the line of scrimmage or like within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Listen, if I wanted Big O's opinion, I'd call Alex.
Where is that?
Exactly. Hot route can't happen 30 yards down the field. He's Big O's reaching.
Yeah,
KP, I don't think that was an option.
And what Tua threw the ball, it was way beyond hot route distance.
Of course, he's got to reach. The man's got short arms.
Big O is a 2 in the air. Big O is a 2 in the air, in my opinion.
Oh, no, without a doubt.
I can't believe he said the hot route. That was way beyond the hot route.
Yeah, you got to hear the episode today. I was laughing.
Wow.
Big O is a joke, man.
Wow.
It's half
Oh.
comedy.
I don't particularly listen to the Big O show. To tell you the truth.
Well, you listen to Alex, don't you, Fred? Well, you're listening to half the Big O show then.
No, that's the only panel I mess with right here, man. I had fun with all you guys, man. This is the hottest panel out, bro.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I am with it.
I agree with that sentiment. I agree.
Oh yeah, especially when we got Q in the building.
Q,
what's good, Shake? What's good, everybody?
Don't worry, Q. If we play the Steelers in the playoffs, we will borrow Noah Igman.
Man, y'all bums going down, Crypto. I don't know what the fuck you talking about, bro.
What happened to
Y'all
your
haven't seen TJ Watt last.
We'll have
y'all
Noah.
haven't seen TJ Watt last season, so
what's
How
up
many
with
losses
Pickens?
y'all got,
What's up
bro?
with Pickens, Q?
Y'all got
He's
2
reading from
or
the
3?
AB playbook.
Oh yeah. I'm a little concerned of that. We don't want that Devo energy. You know, the same thing AB been doing, but I'm trusting Mike Tomlin in the front office to handle that.
That was what Santonio Holmes and AB at one point. That's right.
No, not Santonio. It was more AB. And
Hey,
Mike Wallace.
Hey, listen, I like AB. Quit calling him a diva.
Hey, how many losses y'all got? 2 or 3?
3, bro. 5 and 3, bro.
They got
same
Hey, you look at the AFC North. You look at the AFC North. It's 5 and 3 all the way around, bro.
All the way down.
Right?
I mean, it's 3 losses.
Yeah, but they're going to beat each other up.
Most losses in everybody in their division is 3.
They're going to beat each other up, Crypto. They're not going to all make the playoffs.
No, they've already played
beat the shit out of each other.
But
how many wins
Jay,
the
you've
Jets
already
got?
failed to realize
check
within
this
those
out.
3 losses were interdivision
the
losses. They
Ravens.
only play them twice.
We beat the Ravens and the Browns.
Right.
No
that's what I'm
We
saying.
only have the Cincinnati
right.
Bengals to beat.
They've already beat the Ravens. One of the
Hey,
Ravens' 2 losses was to them.
That whole division has a winning record.
So the
doesn't
Steelers
it?
have
AFC North.
beaten teams with over 500 records?
Yes, they did.
It's the offense that's holding their team back.
Are you kidding me, bro?
The defense been carrying, bro.
And the Ravens been crushing everybody in the other conference. It's crazy. Steelers have beaten quality. They got quality wins this year.
Yeah.
Tomlin is just one of those coaches, man. P's got to get respect. He's definitely
man.
Hall of Famer.
Hey man, Tomlin. Yeah, man. Tomlin's done it before, man. You know, he's seen everything.
A lot of people want to say he's not a first ballot. That's insane to say that now.
Kenny Pickett makes the playoffs before us.
Man, Kenny Pickett, he's stinking ass right now, but man, he's shown he has flashes. He has flashes where he's shown he could be that guy, but it's inconsistent all the way around. And I'm kind of frustrated. I'm furious. I don't know what to think about this kid.
Can you bring up Nene's comments, Shake Money?
Who?
Nene's last comment.
Oh,
Nene's down there.
Nene neglecting his students right now.
Wow.
Hey, by the way, I thought I showed Q this picture right here. I saw this on Facebook. I forgot where I saw it, but I think it was Facebook, I believe. But I thought it was a good picture right here. I don't know if you know who this guy is.
Oh man,
yeah, who's that guy, man?
He's a rugby.
Hold on.
I guess he's a rugby player for Germany.
Isn't that Jason Tomololo? No, it's not Tomololo.
Is that over the Rhine?
Seville.
Yeah.
That's Seville.
Yeah, I guess they met and they swapped jerseys.
Yeah.
Is
that real?
Rugby, you say, Shake?
Huh?
That's rugby, you say?
That's real. Yeah, that's a real picture.
Okay.
That was in Germany. That was in Germany.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
And it looks AI, right? And the guy's a rugby player?
Yeah, he's a rugby player.
What kind of position? Have you ever seen him play rugby, Shake?
No, but he's Samoan, so that's why it was a big deal.
I'm thinking that's Sevilla.
Okay,
that's one of the hottest players right now in the rugby league and the rugby scene. Mm-hmm. He's a lot of teams been trying to get at him. I think that's Sevilla. I'm not sure. I gotta look it up. But I don't follow the rugby scene as much as the football scene.
AQ, if he was to play, AQ, if he was to play football, man, what kind of position would he play, bro?
Man, I think you could put him at linebacker. You could put somebody like that at linebacker. If you know, or somebody as big as Jordan Mailata, who's actually he's breaking the scene right now. With the integration of rugby players in the football right now. You look at Jordan Mailata; he's a top paid tackle right now. He came from rugby all the way to the football league, bro. He getting paid right now as a top tackle.
How do you stop the push tush? How do you stop that? Sign a Japanese sumo wrestler.
You gotta match them physically.
Yeah, you
That's
gotta do
it.
the physical, right? You
You
know
gotta
what's
match their
always been
physical.
my thing is I've always said
Resurrect Tim Bowens.
I've always said the easy thing to do is put the fucking jelly donuts down, get in the gym, and freaking push in the other direction.
Just
You gotta put the
resurrect
jelly
Tim
donuts
Bowens,
down.
and you got a shot. Tim Bowens wouldn't allow that crap.
Right.
I want to trade at the end of the year, guys. Tampa Bay is going to have a fire sale. I want to get Vita Vey. I want to get a real nose tackle for this system.
Nah, Vita
Yeah,
Vey.
that would definitely help, Jay, for sure. I think that's one place where we can upgrade for sure. They can sign Raekwon Davis and move him to end in the 3-4 and let Wilkins walk. If we had Vita Vey and Raekwon Davis as an end, holy shit, man, you wouldn't be able to run much on this team. I agree with you, Jay, but we haven't really been in a traditional 3-4 very much. We usually line up with two down linemen, two guys with their hands in the dirt, and then two outside linebackers, Chubb and Phillips with their hands, standing up, and then Wilkins and Sealer with their hands down in the dirt.
They lined up three down.
I will buy a Vita Vey jersey if we trade for him.
No, most of the time he was running that.
Vita Vey jersey.
Miami was running that.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
hey, KP. Hey, what's happening, bro? What's happening, fam?
What's up, Fred? What's going on, bro?
I'm so sick of Raekwon Davis, bro. It ain't even.
I told y'all at the beginning of the season.
I'm not even hearing his name or nothing, man. Yeah. Nothing. No assist.
He's just coming back
or
from
nothing, man. Not even
he had a broken hand.
Mr. Invisible. He's Mr. Invisible.
By the way,
we'll get him cheap. If we resign him, we'll get him cheap, man. $6 million a year, maybe.
Hold on, the guy's name is Bundeeki.
Huh?
That's his name. That's the guy who
Bundeeki. Bundeeki. Bunde.
Yeah, that's his last name is AKI.
What?
Oh,
his last name is AKI, and his first name is Bundeee. Yeah.
I don't know that dude. To be honest with you, I don't know that dude.
I'm gonna have to look.
So Aki's his last name.
Rugby right now dominates the the Pacific region, but once football gets a hold on people's minds, it's going to take over. It's much better visually. The problem with rugby is those scrums. You don't know where the ball is going, and it's hard to make out what's going on. Rugby is a dinosaur of the past, whereas football has a future, I think, as it becomes an international game. That's where the NFL is pushing this thing, and you already got flag football in the next Olympics. It's going to grow from there.
If I'm not mistaken,
man, that's the idea.
That's
the intent. And,
if I'm not mistaken, I could have seen.
Rugby is already an international game, so
I cannot watch rugby.
I could have sworn the Dolphins signed a rugby player, man. If I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken.
No,
how does that work though? Like, you gonna have football teams from Germany? They're gonna have their own leagues, different types of leagues in like Germany and say
it'll be
England.
Step by step. Yeah, it'll be step by step. But I think
it's gonna be like a World Cup for NFL. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You're gonna have a team in London, in Germany, maybe in Spain, and one in Nigeria. You're gonna have those four teams. Four teams in one division. I don't think that'll ever happen. You probably balance that out with a South American division: Brazil, Mexico,
That's too much.
KP, there's too much political instability in the
That's
world.
doing too much, man. Doing too much.
Well, what runs the world, though, Jay? Money. If the money's big
I
enough,
get that.
people will buy
But I
in.
just don't think there'll be a team in Africa. I don't think there'll be a team as far east as Germany. I could see England's the only place I could see a team other than Canada. Canada and England, that's it.
Yeah, I don't totally disagree. I know it's a very political thing going forward.
In South America, they can handle it.
Yeah,
well, I mean, they just had a terrorist attack in Hamburg. Players don't want to go there.
Speaking of South America, Crypto, Argentina is running the rugby scene right now. So,
right. Yeah, so I say South America probably can deal with it. Brazil, Argentina, Chile, places like that can do it.
Maybe Colombia. Well,
yeah, right. They can have.
And then Mexico will be open for it. You know.
Yeah.
Don't they have rugby? Don't they have rugby in Switzerland, man? Shit like that.
Rugby all over the world, bro.
Everywhere.
Yeah, rugby is all over the world, but the problem is
it's like soccer,
it's fun as hell to play. It's fun as hell to play, but again, visually on TV, it's not as understandable or exciting. You know.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Listen. You know, but I was going to ask you the question of the day, Fred. As far as us being served a bad batch of sauerkraut, what do you think as far as that bad batch that we were served in Germany? Or do you think it's more so we're lazy because we gorged on ourselves, or it's just one of those things where let's not step another plate?
I have to go with that. It was just one of them things, man. We just didn't step up to the plate.
Tua didn't step up.
Well, come on. Okay, well, and you know what? I'm not even going to put it on the one player, bro. You know what I mean? But
Fred, buddy, with all due respect, Fred, he missed Wilson wide open to tie the game.
Hey, dude. Jay, let the man talk, bro. With all due respect,
I am letting him talk.
You know you're not. You're cutting over him, bro.
Yeah,
I'm listening
you're
to
just
bro.
a fucking tune here. Fuck you.
No, come on, man. Get rid of him, Shake.
Fuck you too, bro. I'm letting you talk. Fucking
tell him fuck him, Shake, and cut him off, man.
Dude.
Okay.
With all due respect, dude, you're talking. Fuck you too, bitch ass motherfucker. Let me catch your bitch ass in Miami. I'll beat the fuck out your ass, punk ass bitch.
Okay, Crypto. To your question, Crypto. You know, since yesterday, man, I've had some time to reflect on the game. You know, I looked at some highlights. You know, and then for what I seen when the game was on, you know, there was mistakes made all over the field by individual players, man. You know what I mean? So, you know, I was really, I was kind of upset more so with not how Tua just missed the guy, but how the ball just went out there. You know, I was upset with that mainly, but, you know, like I said, I've had some time to reflect, and, you know, guys could have done better all around, man, in multiple positions, bro.
Right.
In Twitter, and the Twitter stuff.
Yeah, I was just saying that's why I titled it Sauerkraut, because of the
how to win.
Where we went.
What do you guys think about that?
Can you hear me?
Is it a situation? Is it a situation where the Dolphins
you coward? Jay, why don't you come back
just
up here?
Don't know how to win?
Fuck ass bitch.
No, AKP, but I'm gonna say this.
Hey, can you hear me, KP?
Yeah, we can.
We
okay, go ahead.
Hey, KP, I'm gonna say this, bro, and I'm gonna always defend this right here, bro. When we have teams up in our face, press coverage, it's what it is. We have trouble with that, bro. And it could be a bum team that we play. If they press us, it's going to be problems with throwing off our timing, which is going to affect our whole offense, period, bro. So, you know, it's not just the good teams that'll mess us up with that. Also, a bad team can mess us up with that.
Because we're over-reliant on timing in our offense.
Exactly.
I get you.
Exactly.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
The Raiders can do exactly what the Chiefs did if they.
And you need to gain weight, you anorexic piece of shit. You anorexic motherfucker talking about lose weight. You need to gain some weight.
Hey, Shake, what the fuck? He's in the chat. He's in the chat.
I know. I know. I'm just fucking with him. I don't care. I'm laughing at him.
Is he in the chat?
Yeah, he's.
But anyway, go ahead, man.
Ban him from the chat.
No.
How was with the cult of Tua? How do you get the cult of Tua?
I don't know. I don't care. Listen, let's continue to talk.
Tua.
I'm just. Go ahead.
And with that, KB, yeah, that's where I was with that, man. You know, it's man, it's what it is, man. I mean, you know, just a little bit of time and thing, and then I just think, what's a better
you off the timing and you disrupt us enough to throw us off track.
You slow up the speed before it even gets started, and everything's crazy there.
And you don't have to do that every play. You just have to do that enough to keep us off track. Yeah, exactly. I get you. Now, and hey, I would love to have that discussion on one of the shows, but you know, so many people are in this camp or the other. They don't want to be honest about the limitations of a timing-based offense. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. And then KP, you know, I think that the only way to counter that, bro, is you got to have that. You got to have that quarterback that's going to extend that, man.
Right. That's going to be a killer.
Has to extend it. That's the only way you can counter it, if you ask me. Exactly.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was looking for yesterday. I was waiting for Tua to get into his off-script rhythm and break some off-script plays.
Well, Q, I've been calling for that all season, and folks didn't want to hear it.
No. Do it. No, you can't say that all season. We've seen it week one.
No. Well, no. But even when things were good, I've been bringing up. I'm saying Tua has another level in his game. He needs to be able to produce off-script. Even though we were blowing out teams, I've always said to become a team that's going to be competitive in this league and win in the playoffs, he's going to need to be able to break off some plays and make them on his own.
And I'm going to say this, and this might be favorable to my fellow Tuaneers, but I don't think McDaniel trusts Tua fully. The full autonomy of the offense. I don't think he trusts him with the full autonomy of the offense.
I think he's overcoaching him.
Maybe not full autonomy, but he does give him some trust. He does have
100%.
Yeah, some trust.
I think he's overcoaching
but that's him. That's the next level to Tua's game that I'm looking for. I'm looking for him to take full control of the offense. Let him see the field. Let him survey the field and make decisions based on what he sees.
I 100% agree with you, Q. But isn't it ironic that McDaniels is in the same place that Flores ended up with on Tua? He's micromanaging him to his. That's why he missed Wilson.
That is not the same thing.
But listen, if you look at that Wilson throw, he was executing the play that was called, which was a comeback route.
Right there.
But he's executing the route. Even in some of the plays we converted yesterday, which were fine plays, laser-specific accuracy by Tua, there were other players who were more wide open, but he's running the play that was called. I think that comes from what you pointed out, that the coach is micromanaging. The play is designed to go in a certain place, and Tua is executing the play as designed. I don't see him with the full autonomy to break off the play and make something happen. That needs to happen more. There have been times when it's happened this season. There have been times when he tried that running play where he got hit afterwards. That was one play where we saw him attempt to make an off-script play, right? And there have been other times throughout the season, but winning quarterbacks do that a lot more. I saw Joe Burrow yesterday break off some plays, off script, run for the first down here and there. Get outside, hit a receiver that's adjusted his route. We need more of that in our offense.
About Tua's game that I really hate. Right, I really hate this thing about his game, and I don't think it's a limitation. I just think it's a tendency that he has, which really irks me. Is he pre-snaps, he premeditates some of the stuff pre-snap. And then he makes throws because he's already decided that he's going there without even surveying the field.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, sometimes you just gotta don't premeditate anything. Pre-snap. Just let him survey the field. Let him drop back and look at the field. And then that instant where he missed an opportunity to tie the game to Cedric Wilson. I think that's just a miscommunication. It's no part on Tua. It's no part on Cedric Wilson. It was just that communication wasn't there because from what I heard, it was a comeback corner route. And from what and Cedric Wilson, I'm not saying he's wrong for changing the route, and I'm not, and I think you're wrong about saying that it was a option route. No, I don't think it was an option route, but there
No,
should
it's
have been a
definitely not a hot
communication.
rate.
He should have Cedric Wilson should have or done something, maybe put his hand up to indicate that he's gonna go here, or it was just bad communication and miscommunication. All of that with one play.
Well,
But even if he's
you know what,
intentionally
Q?
throwing
You know
it
what,
that
Q?
way, the DB could have came back and picked that off.
Right.
Because it was in the air too long.
Exactly.
One of the features of McDaniel's offense
Q,
is for variability from the wide receiver position, though. The receivers do have the power to break off their routes and go to the open spaces.
But then again, did you see Tyreek Hill? What did he tell Tua in that one play? He said, Tua, I got two coming against me. I got two guys on me. He let Tua know that he got two guys on me. And what did Tua do? He threw it to Tyreek on that same play.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. The communication has to be there, and I think that's something that you build in practice, and over time you're going to get better with it. And maybe, like I said, these teams that you lost to, I'm really Miami's going to see them again, for real. When Miami makes the playoff, they're going to see those teams again.
That throw that he made to Cedric Wilson for the touchdown, that was a window of the kind of play I need to see more from Tua in the future. Throwing and giving his receiver a chance to make the play. He threw the ball up high to where only Cedric Wilson could catch it. That I need to see Tua make more plays like that. That was a beautiful throw, beautiful touchdown. That one to Cedric Wilson. So that
was a 50-50 ball that Tua he laid it up there. He trusted Cedric Wilson.
In this NFL, quarterbacks got to make that play. They got to be able to assess the receiver they're throwing to and give them the opportunity. And a guy like Cedric Wilson, a guy like even Chase Claypool, if he can get into the rhythm of this offense, they can help our team by adding that dynamic. We don't have to. Right now, the burden is that we have to be precision so much that anything that throws off the timing. Good teams are going to do that more than bad teams, and that's killing us in these tough contests. They throw us off just enough.
You see on that touchdown to Cedric Wilson, Tua had his first read to Tyreek Hill, and Tyreek Hill was open, and it was looking like it was going to be a touchdown. Yeah, he came off of it. He said, "You know what? I'm going to take this chance. I'm going to give it to Cedric Wilson."
I like that. That's the kind of play I think he needs to build confidence going through more. He needs to trust these big receivers and let them work. Let them do what they can do. Their level of separation is not going to be the same as Tyreek and Waddle, but he's got to learn how to take advantage of that element in the offense.
And it is what it is, man. Like, sometimes you want to go downfield. Sometimes, man, you just ain't gonna be precise, bro, all the time. Sometimes you go downfield, man. You just gonna have to have a big wide receiver that that's gonna go ahead and get that football, man. You have to have confidence in that dude to do that. And with Tyreek going downfield, it's no jump ball with Tyreek and Waddle downfield like that, bro. I mean, he's got to be precise with that, so that limits with in this place where he has to put the football, man, instead of just being comfortable and throwing it out there.
Not every ball is a jump ball.
Not every ball, definitely not. Yeah.
Well, man. But if you got bigger wide receivers, man, you don't have to be always right there with a dime. You know what I'm saying? Always with a dime, man. Most of the Tyreeks.
Welcome to the.
First of all, Jay, I didn't boot you off. You kicked yourself off, Jay. So don't say I booted you off. All I did was put you in the back.
So no, you just got put in the back. That's all.
And KP, I like that.
You're more than welcome to come on the panel. You know that.
I like to say this too, KP. Like,
no. You just don't let people speak, Jay. Hold on, Fred. Fred, let me ask you a question. What happens when you cut people off? What did I do? I'll put you in the back, right?
And I'll bring you back. You put people in the back.
He lucky that's all we got. Shit.
That's all I'm at. Hey, listen, all I ask, I don't care if you don't like Tua. I really don't give a shit. Look, Andres Negron, I love that dude. He's not a Tua near, but at the end of the day, I'll let you speak, but you gotta let other people finish their statements, then you rebuttal. So at the end of the day, you weren't kicked off. You could always come back if you want. I don't care.
And
I don't hold any grudges. So go ahead,
and it's
Fred. I apologize. Go ahead.
okay.
Just had to get that off the way.
It's like this with me, KP, man. They can call me a tour hater and or whatever, man. But it's quite obvious to me, man. You know, these defensive linemen, man, these guys, man, 6'5", man, they're running 4.9s and 5.1s and shit like that. These guys are quick, and if you underestimate them, man, they're faster than what the fuck they look. I mean, you have to have some mobility, man, to escape this shit, man. NFL's getting too big, too stronger, and too fast to just have a guy, man, that's just going to just. You have to just depend on him making accurate throws, man, and being precise.
No, yeah, like you're saying, Fred. And this is the conversation that we constantly try to have, and I guess we're just not mature enough as a fan base to admit that Tua still has elements to his game that he can improve on. I think we're discussing one of those areas right now tonight. Right, this is not to take anything away from the progress he's already made to make himself the most accurate quarterback, the leader in so many statistic categories. He deserves credit for all of that work. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what more you can do. What more you can do with a small quarterback like this? If he can't run, bro, what more can you do with him? So this is why
demanded in today's modern offense. Those skills are demanded, so he's got to figure it out. He's already added the quick fire release to his game, right? He premeditates and makes decisions quickly, but I think right now we're talking about utilizing those bigger receivers where you'd have to trust them, and give them a chance to make the play, to use their body, box people out. Like Tyreek Hill called Claypool a vending machine. Let that vending machine box some mofos out and make a catch every now and then. You know what I'm saying? I think
vending machine was missing blocks yesterday.
Yeah, that vending machine was crapping up the place. So he was. Vending machine needs to pick up his game. That's true. But I don't know. In that touchdown throw to Wilson, though, I said, man, this would be beautiful if we could do this a little bit more, rather than rely on the precision, every play.
Claypool's just got here. KP, I don't think he probably did too much blocking in the two previous teams he was at.
Oh, he did a lot of blocking, Fred. That's one of the main things why the Steelers drafted him, is because he was a good blocker. He had a big body build. He was a position down receiver. He could go up and get it. He could be a slot receiver. He's quick enough to be a slot receiver, but mostly his blocking. And that's the offense that the Steelers ran in 2020, which is the same offense I'm seeing right now that Mike McDaniel's doing. The same offense that Big Ben ran in 2020 with first-year head coach, first-year offensive coordinator Matt Canada. Same thing. Finesse offense, right? What happened? Week 12, they got figured out. I mean, not week 12. It was week 10 against the Washington Commanders, where they got exposed a bit. They won. I mean, we won the game, but we got exposed a bit. But let me say this real quick, and I'm gonna get off. I gotta go do something. But let me say this real quick. Point blank, offense in general did not show up, and I mean that in coaching aspect. I mean that from Tyreek Hill, the wide receivers, from Tua, from execution wise, offense did not show up. Right now, you can put the blame. I came on and I said yesterday, I put the blame on Tua. Why? Because he had a chance to tie the game. He actually had two chances to tie the game, and I expect more from a guy that I've supported from day one, because I know what he can do. I know what he's capable of, and that's why I put it on him. But you can put it on so many things as well. Tyreek Hill, you take away that fumble, it's a 14-14 game, not as urgent as it was. 20 down 7.
I will add the caveat, potentially 14-14, because we don't know if Kansas City's approach is different in the second half. Because
right. But I mean, what I'm saying, my point is, you can put the blame. Yeah, Mike McDaniel, his play calling has been sus. It makes no sense, but you can put the blame here, right? Just don't say the blame is fully on here. Completely on this.
It's not fully on Tua. That's unfair. That's unfair.
Yeah, and like I said before, we over here, we don't give him 100% of the win, so we're not going to give him 100% of the loss. Every game we won, there was different aspects why we won that game. You know what I'm saying? It was a team win.
Hey, fellas, I'm gonna catch y'all later.
Right,
Y'all
man.
good one. Thanks,
Be
Shay.
safe, my brother.
Right,
Later, man.
All right, my brother.
Thank you for coming as always. Appreciate you.
Appreciate
I think what he was trying to say about Claypool is we need more dog, less diva. More dog, less diva, Claypool. You know,
well, that's happening. No, that's not gonna happen. He said, them light
he is
skinned
what
folks
he is.
ain't doing that.
and
No, that ain't happening.
may I also add, KP, man, we're lacking in the third wide receiver, bro. We're lacking in that now. Now, like last night they was saying that like with the third wide receiver,
Production,
like the third wide receiver is not doing anything,
not a factor in our offense. Yeah,
that's
we're too one-dimensional. We're too one-dimensional in our passing attack.
Okay, that's on the quarterback right there, bro. That's on the quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, if Tyreek's
is it the quarterback or is it the offensive play design?
I'm going to say the quarterback, because the quarterback ought to see that. He ought to see what they're doing on Tyreek. I mean, he sees everything. McDaniel may not even see this.
Doesn't it seem like Durham Smythe is always open?
It does. It does.
And he never hits him. We rarely ever go to him.
Exactly. So,
and when we do, it's usually a positive play.
Right. So when I mentioned the thing about stat padding, KP, I mean, I got cussed out for that, but that's honestly what I believe in. I believe it is, man. You're going to get this ball to Tyreek no matter what, because he's already predicted 2,000 fucking yards. So you're going out of your way to help him more than watching for Smythe to be open. Maybe Barry Oates to get behind somebody and shit like that right there. And that's what I think's going on with Tyreek and Tua, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do a lot less bloating.
I always.
It's okay to do the crap talking,
KP,
but you got to tone it down.
Yeah, I've always said this. It was an issue. It was about to be an issue, and when Tyreek was in Kansas City, about him getting targets, and shit like that. And then that's when they got rid of him. When he came to Miami, I said, "Oh, he's gonna bring that shit with him to Miami. He's gonna come in here demanding the football." You understand me, KP? I knew what it was going to be.
As he should, though. From his perspective, he should.
He should.
As an ultra-talented receiver, but you're right. We need a quarterback and a coach who can stand up to that and say, I get you, Tyreek, but you got to fit within what we want to do.
There you go.
I feel you.
Exactly. Of course, you're going to go to your go-to guy, man. But like I said, man, sometimes, hey, Tyreek is just that decoy, man. I'm not saying using as a decoy, but if defense are going to key on him, our quarterbacks need to see, look, this other thing over here. It's got to work. You know what I mean?
Well, one thing that's like, for instance, when the Cleveland Browns went to the playoffs, it was when Odell Beckham got hurt, and you know what I'm saying, he wasn't demanding the ball as much. And what's funny is, of course,
right, Shake. Good point, Shake. I like that.
Mm-hmm. And you know what's funny is what fucked him up a little bit was the fact that when him and Odell Beckham got into it, him and Jarvis Landry are like brothers, so he's not going to take he's not going to take Baker. Yeah, he's not going to take Baker Mayfield's side. He's going to take Odell Beckham. So he kind of fucked up. So when you fuck one, you kind of screwed up with both of them.
Hey, shit, that's an excellent point you brought up, man. Because before Odell Beckham, they were a playoff team, man. That Brown team was clicking.
Yeah, they thought they were gonna,
Yeah, man.
And he was demanding the ball. Throw me the ball. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's
like
these prima donna receivers are ruining the league.
Priceless.
Yeah.
What's going
on?
Welcome,
Anthony.
Only if they're allowed to, Anthony. Only if they're allowed to, Anthony.
Huh?
Go ahead,
No,
Anthony.
we see it in Buffalo, KP. We see it in Buffalo.
No. For me, this is why I'm worried about Tyreek is starting to get that prima donna attitude. I'm gonna use the term I use for boxing. He's getting that silk sheet syndrome, if you know what that means, KP.
Well, hey, every receiver ought to be ultra confident in their game. So I don't mark that as a sign against him. I see that as perhaps, if you are correct, a sign of our institution's weakness. We got to have a coach and teammates who are going to say, well, shut up, Tyreek, and just run the damn play. Other people, you can't eat, we have to, but I want him to be that confident. I want him to be that confident. Well, we're speculating. We don't know that for sure, but it looks like that way. It does look like that sometimes. I agree.
It does.
Tua's not the type. No, and Tua's personality in general, he wants to. I'm not saying a yes man, but he wants to please everybody. So he doesn't. So he's not looking to.
Well, in that in-depth interview he gave a couple weeks ago, he was touting this new approach of McDowell, this freedom and fun approach, and how this is the best, way forward. So, and everybody was at that point saying how great it was and how we were destined for Super Bowl success. Well, we're yet to see if that fun freedom way is going to pay off or not. So, the jury's still out there. 8 games left. We'll see what happens.
And I have a question for you guys. If after this year, let's say we lose the rest of our big games against Dallas and Baltimore at the end of the year.
Hell, even Buffalo again.
And Buffalo. Do you guys think this proves to Chris Greer that maybe we have to move on from Tua and not give him this extension?
What's going on, CB83?
No, he's here to stay. We're stuck with him for at least 6-7 years.
Yeah, he's getting. Are you saying he's getting the extended plan?
Don't jinx.
What's going on?
He's
gonna get the Devontae Parker 7-year treatment.
7-year plan. Yeah, we got the 10.
I don't see that happening.
That's a good question, though. That's a good question, man. That's a good question because if your game is limited to to where you just have to get the ball out of your hands quick, man, and accuracy, man. I can't see me myself, man. I couldn't see a franchise giving a guy a big contract if that's what his game is, man. I couldn't see it, but the Dolphins do that. Me myself, man, I would be disappointed, and not just because it's not that I don't want to see Tua get his money, man, but it would hold. It seemed to me like it would just hold the team back of what they would be totally capable of doing, man. You know what I'm saying?
And this is where I'm saying this. I'm not doing it to bash the kid, but I think we might end up getting a Bo Nix or someone like that from next year's draft if Tua's not performing. If they continue with this kid after his lack of performances in these big games, they need to fire Greer. If he stays and gives Tua that 7-year extension and stuff like that, picks up his option and gives him that 7-year max money contract like you saw with Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow. Let's be honest. I'm done.
Yeah, but Anthony, if you are right, you are describing a nightmare scenario for this franchise, this community, because it will be a nuclear bomb, total rebuild. Yeah. We won't have success for another 10 years. So that is a nightmare scenario.
That's a nightmare scenario, Anthony.
Especially for old guys like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm nearing 50. I'm an African American.
You're not that old.
Hey, for black people, that's old. You know what I'm saying? We don't have the same life expectancy.
You're probably in your 30s, KP.
No. I'm almost 50. I'm almost 50.
I'm being nice, KP. I'm being nice, KP.
Shit, it'd be too much for me. I tell you, it'd be too much for me. I tell you that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys saw the success of all three of you guys saw the success with Marino and the Super Bowls.
The semi-success of Marino.
I had some success with Marino. I mean,
excitement with Marino.
Excitement. You're right. I ain't supposed. I ain't mean.
He won an AFC
championship,
but he didn't win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, man.
He won 2 AFC championships. Oh no, sorry. He won one.
Yeah, one AFC. He's been to 3 total.
And he
only won one. Yeah, he's 1 and 3.
No, that's what I'm saying. I hope I'm not showing your age, Crypto, when I say you saw the Dolphins win their Super Bowls.
No, you're not. I didn't. I was 3 years late.
No, man.
Hey, you know what's funny is we realize why is it so bad to be old? At the end of the day, that's what we strive to be. One day you're gonna be there too, Anthony.
I'm gonna be there. I'm probably gonna be dead before I'm 70 because that's the history of my family.
The worst part about it, Shake, is you start to feel it, man. You start to feel it.
Hey, Shake, I tell you like this.
Sir.
You don't get to be old by being no fool, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of young wise, man. They dead in the motherfucker, man.
No, and I was watching an interview with a recent interview with George Clooney when he was promoting one of his directed movies that he did on Walter Cronkite. He says all getting older is plugging up leaks when you go to the doctor.
Yeah. Hey, I agree with the Jets gang. The Jets gang, I agree with him. For once, I agree with him. We're going to see a real team tonight. The Heat and the Lakers play. So, yeah, I agree with you tonight. Yeah, you're right. We're going to see a real team.
Wait. Is he calling?
Exactly.
Wait, is Aaron Rodgers coming back that game?
Hell no. What makes you say that?
You're
right. Walking on his own power without crutches.
I on that ayahuasca.
That's not happening.
It's too soon. It's too soon for that.
Hold on, did he lock himself up in a room or something like that? For
room, yeah. He coming out buzzed on that ayahuasca.
He got that special surgery.
Scaring me, man.
That no normal person can afford. He said he paid like $3 million for the surgery, that experimental surgery that he got for his ACL. Fred?
No.
Oh, okay.
We'll see. It's yet to be seen whether it'll work or not.
They gave him a bionic Achilles, huh? Oh, I get that.
Hey, Bob Marley tried that too, and he died 1 week later. You know, when he had the melanoma in his toe. When he had the melanoma in his toe, he went to Germany for some experimental treatment, but it was too late. You know, he died a couple weeks later. So sometimes the experiments don't work.
Was it Farrah Fawcett or Bob Marley? I thought it was Farrah Fawcett that did that.
Well, she might have. I don't know her story, but I know Bob Marley went for some treatment because he had a melanoma in his toe, a cancerous growth in his toe. And this was in 1980.
Was that from the soccer?
Yeah, and he never treated it. And then finally he tried to do something, and it was an experimental treatment, and he died a week later. But, but there's all sorts, people say the CIA killed him. All sorts of stuff like that, so.
Yeah, it's like the Tupac situation, too.
Well, I guess. Although that guy just admitted that he was in the car. T.F.T.G.
Oh, yeah, T.F.T.G. Oh, God. There's sometimes people say that to take credit. I don't think he was really in the car. I think he just said that to take credit. I really don't believe it.
He was doing that to bag women and stuff like that. Hey, let me tell you how I went down.
Thanks.
That's Dolphin Winters. Actually.
Oh, that is? That's his new. What happened? His thing.
The Frost, That's how I know.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Dolphin Winters?
Oh,
I had the pleasure of meeting that guy. Carolina game. What's up, bro?
Okay.
Oh, by the way, this Wednesday, he has a lot of shit on his mind. So you're not gonna want to miss this Wednesday show.
I'm tuning in.
Yeah, I'm tuning into that.
Wait a minute. Say that
Are you driving over to
Dolphin Winters? I spoke to Dolphins Winter this morning. He called me this morning and he has some shit that I'm not gonna say what he told me, but he's got some shit on his mind. So it's something that you're gonna want to watch.
Crypto and KP, are you guys Hurricanes fans?
Oh, okay. No,
I was a lot. Yes. Let's just say yes.
Are you gonna fly down to go to the Florida State game?
No,
they ain't. No, they ain't.
No,
I can't do that trip. Yeah.
Well, I'm in Miami, so it's a drive up to Tallahassee, about 8 hours. I did that a lot of times when I was younger for the wrong reasons. But
do I even want to know?
Not anymore. Yeah. It's a little bit too long a drive for me.
Yeah. Hey Crypto, you did enough out of state traveling already, haven't you, bro?
Yeah, when I was over the road. Yeah.
You came to Philadelphia, then, and you come to Philadelphia.
Yeah, every day it was my trip. That was my stop 5 days a week.
Are both of you in the DMV?
From where? You came to Philadelphia from where, Crypto?
Yeah, I made the deliveries at the Whole Foods. That was our account.
Are both of you in the DMV
area?
Where were you coming from, Crypto?
I was coming from Maryland, Landover. It's like, it's
and you would drive to Philadelphia every day, bro? You would drive to Philadelphia every day?
Yeah, that's my story.
Wait, is Landover where the FBI building is?
Landover, Maryland.
Yeah, is that near the...
Was that?
Is that the FBI or CIA?
No, the CIA is in Virginia.
Quantico's in Virginia.
Quantico, yeah.
Oh, no, because I thought there was a federal training facility in Landover.
They might have one. I don't know what they training facilities, but yeah.
What's the matter, Crypto? They handle jobs in Maryland, bro.
What do you mean? Yeah, they did.
They
That's
have
where
no
we go.
jobs in. I'm saying, man, you came to Philadelphia. You said you came to Philadelphia. You drove to Philadelphia every day to go to work.
No, to drop off the loads in Philadelphia. That was the way we drop off our loads.
Oh,
I picked them up here where I live, but we had to deliver it to there.
That's only what, an hour drive there, right?
It's only a 2.5, 3 hour drive. That's it.
2, 3.5,
3 hours.
Are you closer to Philly or New York?
Philly.
Crypto?
Philly. I'm closer to Philly.
So it would take you longer to get into, if the Miami Dolphins were playing the Jets, it would take you longer to,
so
because you have to pass through New Jersey.
Yeah. It's almost 4 hours to get to the Jet game. It's only
4 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about 4 hours from where I'm at.
The same thing for Pittsburgh.
Easy.
Hey, you might as well watch that game at home.
I could do 4 hours in my sleep. That's easy. I do that without no problem.
Is the same distance to Pittsburgh from where you live?
No, Pittsburgh's far as hell, man.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's 5 hours.
You got to cross the Alleghenies, right? You got to cross the Allegheny Mountains and stuff like that, right? That's west Pennsylvania.
Go through Breezewood and
yes, it is,
head over 76. Yeah, Breezewood and Western PA. Yeah, it's 5.5 to 5.5 from my house to Pittsburgh, but Philly is closer.
You're not even in Pittsburgh. You're not even far from Ohio, man. Shit.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
I think you're closer to Cincinnati or Cleveland.
Like 15 minutes from Ohio.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
They actually got buffalo, real life buffalo running around up there, man. Bison.
Are you closer to Cincinnati or Cleveland? Crypto.
I'm more closer to
Cleveland. No, he's not close to Cincinnati.
Cincinnati is probably I get there in about 6.5, 7 hours. If I go a certain route.
Are you close to St. Louis?
Oh, hell no. That's like almost 1,000 miles away from me.
Yeah, man.
That's like 15 hours. Yeah.
No.
No,
that's
not drive there, man.
No,
I mean, I could
take a fly for that one.
Anything that's within 24 hours driving, I'll do it. It's a nice journey. I just like driving.
See, Anthony.
No, I
you
thought
Newark.
I thought the Jets playing Newark.
No, they playing.
Well, they're in Jersey somewhere. Secaucus, yeah. Thing is, from DC, Baltimore area, man, you got to go over the Appalachian Mountains, bro, to get to them areas, man. That's treacherous driving, especially at night. You know, man.
Yeah.
Hey, where you from, Anthony? Man, where you from, Anthony?
I live in Sarasota.
Sarasota, Florida.
Sarasota, Florida.
You from where Randy Savage is at? From?
Yeah. No. I'm originally from Miami, though. I grew up in Miami. We moved here because my dad's he works in the construction industry.
And Anthony's an hour away from me.
Yeah.
You're down there close to everybody, Anthony, man.
Port Charlotte.
He is.
What's up, Kane?
I'm 30 minutes away from you. I'm actually 30 minutes away from you.
No, you're an hour. You're an hour. Venice is 30 minutes away. You're an hour. Trust me.
I hate driving on that West Coast area, man. They actually enforce traffic laws out there.
I thought Venice was in California. They had a Venice,
Venice.
Florida?
No, Venice is the city before Port Charlotte. I mean, it's Port Charlotte, Northport, Venice,
Sarasota.
No, not Sarasota. What's that? I mean, Osprey, then Sarasota.
Yeah, but Venice and Northport are considered part of Sarasota County, though.
Yeah, it is Sarasota County, but I'm talking about towns. We're talking towns.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question for everybody.
You live in Sarasota, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
Hey, the game just started, yo.
Hey, KP, I got a question. I got a question for everybody, man. We'll be on our bye week this week, right?
Yes.
Okay. We'll come back and play the Raiders, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you guys think about the new energy, man, with the Raiders and the new interim head coach, bro, in their energy?
We talked a little bit about that earlier, Fred. Before you got on, we kind of talked about that.
I missed that, man. Did you think they'll be? I'm gonna say you think they'll be up. I mean, I'm asking. I didn't hear about it, but just give me your point on it. Will they be on like some kind of a new high, or try to make things more exciting in our game, or what could be possibly looking at to try to upset us with this new energy they found, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, with that new coach. Yeah.
Oh, Antonio Pierce, the former Giants linebacker.
Yeah. Well, they certainly were on their P's and Q's. Yeah, former middle linebacker. They certainly were on their P's and Q's yesterday. So
yeah, man.
It is. I think they're more dangerous now than they were when Josh McDaniels was coach, of course. But I still think if we're halfway the team that people have predicted us to be, right, one of the top tier teams, we should still be able to handle them with ease.
Once again,
it's my opinion.
Down wide receivers, Jesus. Well, yeah, go ahead.
So we by no way look past these dudes then, right?
No, we can't afford to look past anybody now. That was what losing yesterday did to us. If we won yesterday, we would have had some cushion, between us and the rest of the conference. But by losing yesterday, we cannot afford to take any single game lightly. We have to go. Every week is a season that we have to win.
Exactly.
He's traveling and covering everybody. He's just on one side with Keenan Allen. Now he's covering Mike Williams. They got him all over the place.
Oh,
it'll be interesting.
3 and out for the Chargers.
Gardner. Right, Gardner. They throwing the ball, which is ridiculous. They should be running the ball.
See, Crypto. Did you see that play right there, Crypto? That was the same play. That was the same kind of blitz they put on Tua on that fourth down. That's what I meant by
the other guy came up there.
Oh, you guys are watching the game, man. Hey, look, AKP, Shay, Crypto. Look, man, I'm gonna get out of here, man. I'm gonna catch up with you guys later, man. But I'm gonna get out of here tonight, man.
All right, be safe.
Be safe,
all right,
man.
Fred.
I gotta go.
All right, man. Peace, Fred.
I gotta leave anyway to go pick up somebody at the train station, but that's cool. We can give final thoughts. But yeah, man. Like I said, man, it was a big game for us. We our color said Fred is the only one predicted loss in the bye week. It's only a loss in the bye week if teams gain on us. It's a win in the bye week if we gain on them. I guess that's the good way to look at it.
That's funny. Yeah. Damn.
Losing the bye week if everybody.
I just hope nobody goes on a cruise and decides to jump off the cruise into the ocean. Some crazy story like that.
Did the team? Well, I assume this Monday after the game, they probably already flew back. They're not staying in there hanging out. They probably already back now. Back from that game.
Mike McDaniel gave a press conference this afternoon. Looked like he was already back home in Miami. So, like at the facility. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, I'm sure they flew right after the game. They had their
right.
They already had their, they have assistants and all that shit. All they have to do, they don't have to pack. They don't have to do nothing. All they got to do is just take their ass to the airport. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and especially with the political situation in the world right now, they would have been extra motivated to get up out of Germany with the stuff that's been going on there.
Yeah, next week, New England will be in Germany.
So all of the teams played overseas in our division now?
No, one more.
After
New
them?
England. I think New England's going to go to Germany. Yeah, that's the last one. Yeah, New England,
Nice,
and
dude.
it's going to be it's going to be a crappy game. It's going to be New England.
Yeah, who they playing?
New
Jets
England
go 3 and out.
Right.
It's
Which
the New
was a
England.
bad toss
They're
by
playing.
them.
They're playing the Patriots now.
That was a bad toss. They could have kept that drive alive with no problem.
Yeah, that's the kind of throw where the wide receiver cusses out the quarterback on the sidelines. You trying to get me killed? You trying to end my career?
The guy was really wide open.
Okay, yeah. It's the Colts and the Patriots in Frankfurt. So,
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's right, TD Fins. That's right, TD Fins. Let's go Chargers. We all should be rooting for the Chargers tonight. If you're a real Dolphin fan, run this back, Jalen Guyton. Punt return for a touchdown. No flags on the field.
Man, spoiler alert.
Jalen Guyton, is that who just ran it back? Is that the guy, Jalen Guyton? Who is it? No. Darius Davis.
A touchdown on special teams.
87-yard punt return touchdown by the Chargers.
Wow.
87-yard.
Bad luck. I can't even enjoy the game. You calling it before I even see it.
Damn. My bad. Gotta get that YouTube.
What happened?
Wow.
What happened? What I missed?
Chargers just returned a punt for a touchdown.
Damn it.
That's what's up.
The whole thing.
Woohoo!
You got to get that YouTube TV, Crypto. Drop Hulu, man.
I got NFL ticket. I got the ticket game. It's for some reason it paused and didn't come when the phone call came in and interrupted the stream. God damn it! And, well, that possibly could potentially be the game-winning score based on how the Jets play offense. They're going to have to get 5 turnovers now to win this game, all because they gave up a special teams touchdown. You never kick it to nobody. You always kick it out of bounds, no matter what. You never let nobody return it against you. That's just a fundamental breakdown when you don't have no offense. A team with no offense never supposed to kick it to the other team. That's just fundamental.
Yeah.
When you're struggling and got a bad offense and you're punting, you never give them a chance to run the ball because that could be the death knell for you. You have to kick it and angle it out of bounds. When a team that's struggling on offense, they never allow the team to recover the punt. You always kick it out of bounds.
Because you expose yourself by giving them a shot. Yeah. Yeah, right. That's good football logic, Crypto.
Yes, struggling offense never on special teams supposed to allow the team to return it. You're kicking in and angling it out of bounds just by design until your offense can get it together. Because you could respond to any kind of score. When you're down 7-0, and they offense ain't scored, and your offense is struggling, that's almost a checkmate situation.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you got a defense like the Jets. You rely on the defense.
Yeah, you get them 1st and 10 at their own 20, and you pin your ears back and play defense.
Yeah.
But when you give the special
teams, you're talking like Bill Parcells, man. You're talking like an old school football coach, man.
I know.
We got these new age coaches now who the statistics tell me you got a 60% chance of converting the 4th down, so we're going for it.
Or the analytics support that your kick coverage is just as good as your normal base defense.
Right.
Hey, KP, while I got you here, I'm doing the
No, that's pretty much I can turn that game off. They don't have to do the most scoring unless they get the 5 turnovers.
I'm doing the thumbnails. We're a normal schedule for your fantasy football talk.
The fantasy for KP's Saturday is it 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
Offensive line.
I think that's a yes, right? I'm gonna put the normal time.
I was bad last week, guys. But hey, that week was the worst week thus far. I mean, every other week has been gold. We've been great with the advice we've been given, but last week I have to admit, man, I made some mistakes. There's some things happened that I didn't see coming. So, being honest. Just being honest. Did not have my best week last weekend or this past weekend.
Is it? But I'm saying, no. Is it the same time?
Same
11
time?
o'clock?
Yeah. 11 a.m. 11 a.m. should be good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm making everybody's thumbnail now since that's the thing I do while I'm on Crypto Show, producing Crypto Show in the back while Crypto's talking. I'm just making everybody's thumbnail.
Nice. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you, man.
No, same here.
Jay, it'll probably be the same amount as freaking what Herbert's going to throw, because the most back-breaking thing about that special team score, that might be the only time that the Chargers get in the end zone, and that'd be enough to win the game.
Yeah, yeah, Color, we'll fix this, Color. Hey, but if you look at our T.F.T.G Fantasy Football League, I am going to be in the number 1 spot after tonight. So,
oh, you already got enough points to win, or no?
Yeah, I got roached this weekend. I'm thrashing Roach by 90 points.
Oh yeah.
How about you, Crypto? How you doing?
I don't know. Breece Hall is my last player in this game. What's his name? Cook didn't do jack for me last night. But if he can break off a run, big enough run, I can get. He got 6.
What a biznatch.
He got enough, and then he freaking don't give the freaking pass. He got a guy wide open. Freaking Wilson, he just out of control passing. Why is he just not giving it to Breece Hall every down?
I know, right?
Yeah, maybe Staley's loading up the Bucks.
Holy this. You throw a pass like that.
Third down here.
Throw the freaking pass and he threw the receiver out of bounds when the option was Breece Hall in the flat.
Well, your word to God's ears, it just happened, Crypto. I know you're a little bit behind me, but you're about to see a 3rd down conversion with that very same scenario.
Yeah,
actually more of a swing pass. More of a swing pass, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's got the ability to catch out the backfield. Wilson and Hall should be your 2 primary options.
Yeah.
I mean, you could simplify it for the quarterback, you know? You'd be struggling, simplify it. We got, 93 yards? What was that? I missed it. Scrimmage. That was last week. You got me off the schneid.
So y'all think it's going to take you think it's going to take getting smacked by the Raiders for us to wake up?
Yeah, probably will.
And I don't want that to happen.
A team like that, yeah, it would have to. It would definitely have to be a team like that.
Because I mean, if you think about it,
I don't think it'd be to a good team to smack us. It's going to take a bad team.
Well, I was going to say, but ironically, that might be better. In other words, you know, if you're a person that thinks we're going to still get like 4 or 5 losses and that's it, well, one of those losses could come to the Raiders, but could cause such a wake up that we end up beating a couple good teams to make up for it. So I'm just saying, like, it probably, like, you know what I mean? Like, I still think we're going to get that win against a good team. I think it's going to happen. So given that we only have 3 losses, you know, where do those other 1 or 2 come from if we end up beating the good teams? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we go, you know, 14-3 or 13-4.
Or
I just think that
scenario play out, we lose to all the remaining good teams, but beat the remaining, still end up with 11 wins.
But see, there you go, Crypto. If we can get, you know, for instance, we were talking about road and home earlier, right? Well, we haven't had really a problem, knock on wood, beating the bad road teams, right? So I think out of the 3 home games we have left, 2 of them are lower teams, and 1 of them is an upper echelon team, if I'm not mistaken. That being the Ravens. And then we got the Commanders in our house, and we got the Raiders in our house, right? Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. As far as the good teams, I'm sorry. Let me back that up. Road games left. We got the Commanders. We got the Commanders, and we got who's the other bad team we got on the road left to play?
It was way out of bounds before he fully recovered the ball.
The Jets, right? So you figure if we can get 2 out of 3 road games and win the rest of our home games, one of those home games, a couple of those home games being against the quote unquote good teams, then that should put us right around 5 losses.
The
You know
man
what I
is
mean?
clearly sliding. He does know what you call it. Mm-hmm.
If we continue to do what we've been doing, i.e., win at home no matter what, lose to the good teams on the road, but maybe win against them at home, then we will be 12-5. That's what we're projected for that very reason. I just really think
it's
going to be a
so-called bad teams and
right, but
lose twice to
and
the
I
Jets.
think, and there again, I think that our quality of play at home is enough to defeat those good teams. So we really just have to finish the job at home. We got 5 games, and we got to get 2 out of 3 on the road. That's 4 losses. 2 out of 3 on the road and a loss to a good team at home, and that's 12-5.
Yeah.
And one of the good teams is on the road, being the Ravens, I think. So, if anybody is going to, already, I'm going to put this out there right now. If anybody thinks it's going to be a slight on us because we lose to the Ravens at home or in their house, and you're going to say, oh, well, we can't beat the good teams. I'm sorry. Ain't many teams going to roll into Baltimore right now and beat them. I don't care who you are. I don't even know if we got to play them in Baltimore, but I think we do.
Yeah, we do. We got to. That's our last away game. We got 3 away games.
Right.
We got the Jets,
and
the Jets,
Commanders,
Washington,
and the Ravens. Right. 2 quote unquote bad teams and 1 upper echelon team. Right.
Yeah, correct.
So we get 2 out of 3 there because we have been able to beat the bad teams on the road. I mean, we opened up the season 2 on the road and beat them. So we can do that. We lose to the upper echelon team on the road, being the Ravens. No, and again, no shade there because who is going to beat the Ravens in Baltimore right now?
Well, definitely not an NFC team.
Yeah, and definitely not us. So I don't think it's any shade. I've already resigned myself to not being able to beat them in their house. It's not a matter of beating a good team in that case. So there you go. And then we got at home, we got 3 bad teams and 2 good teams or something like that, subjectively speaking. So if we drop one, we get the one good
off a miracle.
We get the one good team win at home. We lose the other. We beat the 3 bad teams at home, and there we are, 12-5. Any way you slice it.
Staying alive.
Yeah.
However, if you overachieve on the good teams, then it allows you to get smacked in the face and woken up by a team like the Raiders, let's say. It's again, they're playing good ball right now. They obviously got a big monkey off their back, when it comes to Josh McDaniels and all that.
Will they have the Dan Campbell effect, come with 2 major, massive wins after firing the head coach like we did?
Well, they did have a massive win. They beat the shit out of the Giants.
Right, and that's what we have to keep that in perspective too. I mean, regardless of whether they were having problems with their coach, they ultimately are still players too. And obviously, I mean, you know what I mean? What's the interim coach going to bring to the table that Josh McDaniels couldn't? Even if they could execute it, it's still going to not be what was going to help them win against teams like us. They're not even thinking right now about how to stop our offense, bro. They don't even have a clue. It's the last thing on their mind right now because they're in such a bad ordeal. Nor do they probably really want to win anymore. The next coach you hire, you're going to want to entice him with a high draft pick. You know what I mean? You're not just going to get any coach unless you're saying, hey, you're drafting in the top 5, bro. Come work for me.
Yeah, they just It's all about playing inspirational football for the interim guys so they can keep him his job, like they did the last when they fired the other guy.
Who they have before McDaniel? Was it Gruden?
I believe so.
Gruden, yeah, it was Gruden,
or an interim guy after.
It was interim
Gruden.
guy after Gruden, and then they reeled off a couple of wins. I think they even made the playoffs, if I recall. The last spot they played Cincinnati or something like that. You know how teams get when they get a new guy in. We did it with freaking Dan Campbell.
Yeah, we beat the Texans. We beat the Texans and
the Jaguars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was like 44-12. We beat the
the Texans. No, we beat the Texans and the wasn't Jaguars.
Tennessee.
It was the other team, Tennessee. Yeah.
Yeah, Tennessee. But we put a 40 burger on the Texans.
Oh yeah,
I think we put 240 burgers.
And that was the first time we ever beat the Texans in our franchise history.
Really?
Yeah, that was the first win we ever beat.
And then, that was Bill O'Brien's 8-8 playoff year, and after we put a 40 burger on them, the Patriots went in there and beat them 29-0.
I don't know Willie Shark if that's his son or not. Matt Moore, I don't know if Nat Moore had any children. It could be. It's definitely enough distance from the time he played, from the time that his son could be playing. So it's possible that that's his kid playing. Hell.
TD calling the game tonight?
Sean Jefferson played.
Jay wants to know, hold on, Jay wants to know who do you want realistically in the first round?
Terran Armstead's replacement.
First round of what?
The playoffs.
No, I thought you said about the first round of the draft.
I want the 7th seed.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way to get that is if you're the 2nd seed or the top seed, and that team wins after the bye week.
Right. That's the only way you get to play the 7th seed. If you
don't you play the lowest
Buffalo
seed? Like the highest seed plays the lowest seed every week.
The lowest seed, yeah.
Oh, he's talking about the draft. Who you on the first round?
That's what I thought he said draft.
That's too early.
Week 9. I'm thinking about a draft.
Well, if I'm going to entertain the question, I'll say Terran Armstead's replacement. He's done.
Well, no, I want to get a long snapper.
He's not reliable.
A wide receiver, because Tyreek Hill can't catch the damn ball, and neither can Jalen Waddle. So,
but then again, never mind. I'll say a punter because I forgot we're gonna franchise tag our long snapper.
How about a wide receiver that's as fast as Tyreek Hill, with arms as long as Cedric Wilson? How about that? Oh, we have that, Cedric Wilson. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not quite as fast as Tyreek, but he is still a speeder.
And don't forget about the vending machine.
The vending machine.
Oh yeah. The only problem is it can't take any of your money.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking dropping dimes into that vending machine and it just spits them right back out. Oh, what a perfect analogy. Right, with the dropping dimes. I wonder if that's where it was associated with in the first place. Like you're dropping dimes to a receiver, he's like a vending machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I agree with you. The replacement. We already got X. We got X replacement with.
What's up, Bahana? Oh, he's a regular.
Yeah, Bahana. Yeah,
I don't know what you call it. G-Man, the Dolphin. G-Man, the Dolphin.
Yeah, but I
want to draft that guy.
Yeah, what you call it?
I want to draft that guy that should be drafted in the first round, but everybody don't realize it, and we draft him in the second, and he becomes Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, because that's
You
the sweet
talking
spot.
quarterback? Are you talking quarterback? Come on now.
Oh yeah, I'm talking quarterback. Quarterback has to be our top priority from here on out. It don't matter whether Tua is good or not. He's not going to be our quarterback forever.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
dude, that's the Brady. I mean, that's the New England approach. Yeah, keep drafting the QB until you get it right.
Because what if you hit one in between that time? Okay, so fine. Even if Tua's got a couple more years left on his career, so what? If you hit that guy that's Andrew Luck, oh well, sorry about your luck. You know what I mean? No pun intended.
Yeah, right. And it gives your franchise more cachet to wheel and deal. You know, you got a potential to recoup some picks, even if you got a deal number one. Oh my God, I said that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Think anybody in Seattle gives a shit about Russell Wilson anymore?
Right. Oh Lord.
Not at all.
Damn, this game is a turnover fest.
Jeez.
Hell, the people in Denver already don't give a shit about Russell Wilson, let alone Seattle.
Actually, Russell Wilson is putting up some pretty good numbers in
yeah,
Denver now.
I know he got back on track. I know. I'm just
hey, but you know what? The one thing I'm glad to see 3 quarterbacks this year have got we're getting refurbished is obviously is the guy from Seattle. What's his name? Who's the guy from Seattle? Damn it.
Position?
Geno
Smith. We have Jared Goff, and now whatchamacallit is going to getting new life now. Dobbs. I think he never got a fair shot. You know what I mean?
Well, he got a good run in Arizona, and looks like Minnesota's going to give him the reins now.
Hey,
so he's got a huge opportunity.
Well. Yeah, he's playing pretty well.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he makes plays with his legs, man.
I was going to say, he's got an uncanny ability to stay on his feet, man. Either that or Atlanta's tackling is just that bad. I don't know.
And what's crazy
he's been doing that all season.
Pittsburgh had him and freaking traded him to Jacksonville, and then he got traded from Jacksonville. He went to, because I followed him. Unfortunately, he was the one who broke the winning streak we had against Tennessee, the Florida Gators. So
he's an aerospace engineer, right?
I know that.
Really?
Yeah.
That means he must have been. He probably was likely went through ROTC or something, because usually that's the title of the class you take when you're in ROTC. At least in high school.
Engineering?
Well, at least in high school, because when I was in the junior ROTC program at Lake Worth, they, my report card still had to show a class name on it. They couldn't just put Air Force, you know what I mean? And so the class was called Aerospace Science.
Right. Yeah, he's a legit engineer with a degree guy. So once he's finished playing football, he is he's gonna be more than set.
Right, and we didn't just that. It wasn't just like necessarily a front though, Kari. Like that was the class, the 1 hour of a day that we could meet up, wear uniforms, and do our drilling and stuff like that. But also, most every other day of the week was sitting there learning aerospace science. Like our freshman year, the class was about the history of flight and stuff like that, and then it kind of graduated into more deep avionics and shit like that, right? Yeah. How to fly, air maps and stuff like that,
I looked up his he got a 29 on the Wonderlic score, so if that means anything.
But being that it was an Air Force Reserve Officer Training Corps, we had to still once a week, sometimes out of the week, the class was devoted to learning the 50-14 and Air Force regulations and stuff like that, military stuff. Because they're still trying to prepare you to go down the route of becoming an officer, in the military.
Mm-hmm.
And if you take 3 years of that class in high school, you get to start off with an immediate promotion to E2. And if you take all 4 years, you get an immediate promotion to E3 right out of the gate.
So Crypto,
if you enlist is what I'm saying.
You say you got to go at 9, right? You got picking up somebody.
Yeah. About
so if you
15 minutes, I gotta head out to go to the train station.
I can't wait. I want to go. I gotta go on. I want to do that. I want to do that train thing from one coast to the other.
Yeah, same here.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, got to do that trip. Definitely.
I wonder how long that must take. The sightseeing tour. But all right, man. We'll get some final thoughts, I guess. You want to get some final? Like I said,
we appreciate everybody coming by.
Yeah.
You know,
this
we
week
enjoyed it.
Hold on, this week I'm gonna be getting as the show was going. I'm gonna recap. I'm gonna recap the schedule. I mean our record so thus far this year, and we'll see how our record is doing so far this week 9. So
okay, cool.
That's pretty much it. And tomorrow we're gonna do midterm grades, I guess. For the Dolphins.
F plus.
F triple plus.
That's right. We ain't undefeated. It's an F. Sorry. We're the Dolphins. We ain't undefeated. It's an F.
Actually, it's an E.
E.
Yeah. We're just gonna go one more grade.
Or back in elementary school, it'd have been an N.
Not complete.
Not satisfactory.
Or it was called U, unsatisfactory. U's and S's.
Yeah.
Either satisfactory or U. You got some.
Well, and then about halfway through my elementary career, they added the VS because they needed to match the high school version of a B. So they added the VS, which was very satisfactory, but it still wasn't an E.
They called it very. I tell my parents it means very special.
Right. It's even better than an E, Mom. It's very special.
Hell yeah. So, all right, guys. We'll see y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Appreciate you guys coming by.
No, not tomorrow. We'll see Wednesday in the Smoke Lounge. And then TMI. Don't forget TMI Tuesday tomorrow, man. TMI Tuesday. So, and we got top of. Are you guys doing top of the tailgate tomorrow? I seen the thumbnail. So top of the tailgate.
Hey, that brings up an interesting spoonerism for TMI Tuesday.
What's that?
Two of my Tuesday.
Two of my. Oh yeah.
Two of my Tuesday. That is some kind of coincidence, man.
Yeah, my Tuesday.
Holy shit, bro. Two of my Tuesday.
Hell yeah. Let's yeah. I reckon.
Yeah.
All right, guys. With that being said, I think I know where they are.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody coming by. Fins up, everybody. We appreciate everybody for stopping by on the this week's edition of the episode titled Sauerkraut. Go get you a real meal for the rest of the week.
It was bratwurst, man. It was the bratwurst
title, bro.
Yeah.
That is a clever ass title, bro. Sauerkraut.
It was bratwurst, Crypto. The worst thing that could have happened.
Bratwurst. More like bratwurst.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, the Dolphins.
Where are you? I'm in a glass case of emotion.
So, all right. With that being said, we out.
Damn, not worse.
Yeah.